Travelers, and welcome to another episode of Tales of Teyvat, a Genshin Lore Podcast. Last week, we went back to church, just like Hosier always told us to, where we discussed Deacon Dahlia. This week, we're going to Liyue to talk about the cryo boy that has always had my heart, not Kaya, Chongyun the Exorcist.
Are you tired of everyone around you getting spooked and ooked while you just sit around bored waiting for something exciting, but not too exciting, to happen? Well, third your way on over to our website at talesofteyvat.com, where Tiff has summoned a spirit or two in her glass for your enjoyment and the ghostly form of visual material referenced in each episode.
While you're on our site, make sure that you check out our past episodes and seasons, each that includes an artist spotlight from the community and some other fun stuff.
Finally, feel free to email Albedo, where he is checking out the mail and handing it off to Kirara at talesofteyvatpod@gmail.com to let us know what you thought of this week's episode and what topics you'd like to see in the future. And if you've been sent anthrax anytime lately, we'd like to know. We're trying to composite some data to find out how frequent anthrax is being shipped.
Please
lately.
also tell the FBI.
Yeah!
Or Interpol, whichever one, works for you. But,
Please contact the Millilith at
yeah.
FBI at
The
gov.
Millilith of the United States.
Yes, please let them know if you get anthrax, but let Albedo know first.
Wait, are the Millilith actually from Liyue?
Yes. Yes,
Yay!
for once.
I got it right.
Albedo's an alchemist, and he wrote a whole pamphlet on what to do in case of anthrax. He'll get you the antibiotics you need, guys. Probably quicker than the government. No shade to the government. Full shade to the government. Anyway, travelers can also feel free to check out our Ko-fi, where you can buy us a cup of coffee, or check out our merch store, where all proceeds go to keeping the podcast up and running and funding things like our web hosting and our editing softwares to make sure we're bringing the best version of Tales of Teyvat and the anthrax-free version of Tales of Teyvat to your ears. So, Chongyun. So, I know it might be hard for travelers to believe this, but there was a time where I barely knew Kaya existed.
Oh.
And Chongyun was my OG cryo baby boy. I loved him. He was in my main party.
Yeah.
You loved him so much that we had like a Xiangyu birthday night.
We did. We hosted on Twitch. I think it was on Twitch, a Chongyun birthday night one year. And the rule was you could only come into my world as Xingqiu, Chongyun, or Shenhe.
Oh my gosh.
And we were biting bosses like that.
Yeah. And my Xiangyu was maybe 4.
Oh,
I didn't do well.
4 years old?
But 4 years old.
4
He was
years
just
old?
4. That's it.
He was just 4 apples tall.
Yeah. That was hard.
I remember some of us didn't have, we didn't have either of them, or one of them leveled enough. And then we fought the Oceanid.
We were such crackheads. Like, I don't understand.
And just kept dying over and over.
Over. I have actually a Chongyun pillow that one my friends gave me when I had COVID. And it makes my heart so happy because when I had COVID, because knock on wood, I've only had COVID once.
Mhm.
Someone give me Scaramouche's puppet head to knock on real quick. I've only had COVID once. And when I had COVID, there was a Chongyun rerun as the 4-star. And just to show you how psychotic I am about Chongyun at the time, I had just gotten his pillow and I paid money to C6 my 4-star. I think Shenhe was also running at the time, so I know I got her, but the real goal was the C6 Chongyun.
Yeah.
That was also the time when I realized that I didn't know, because I was still newer to the game, you could still get a character that you have C6'd.
Oh.
Yeah, so at that point I had Ningguang C6, and I remember being like, well, I'm not going to get her, so my chances of getting Chongyun are so much greater.
No.
And then I got another one, and I was like, what the fuck? Who is she? I don't like her.
Also, let's talk about the surprise that people might be experiencing listening to this, being like, they haven't done a Chongyun episode before.
Are you sure we haven't done a Xiangyu episode before?
Because we've talked about him so many times, because he's been like on the outskirts of a bunch of other stuff we talked about.
Yes. So if you're interested in learning a little bit more about Chongyun in his regards to two other characters, you can check out episode 18, our episode about Xingqiu. But please give us grace. It was our 18th episode, and we're on 132 now. So it's been quite some time. There might be some things missing.
Or wrong.
Or wrong
Who
that
knows?
we've been proven wrong about. So, give grace. And also in episode 42, which is our episode on Shenhe, we do talk a lot about Chongyun for obvious cousin relationships there. Cousin slash auntie.
Yes. And I just wanted to also say, first of all, justice for Sucrose, because she still doesn't have an episode.
Who is that?
Justice for Razor, because Razor also doesn't have an episode. And those actually are the only other two characters that we haven't done an episode on, I believe, unless I'm missing someone. That is from the first release, 1.0. There was Sucrose, Razor, and Chongyun left. So next season, we got to get to one of them at least. And then after that, just so you know, the only one I believe from 1.1 we haven't done an episode on is Xinyan.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I will say I was shocked to find out that because I didn't start playing the game right away. I was shocked to find out that he was in the 1.0 release.
Yeah, I know, because we
yeah.
always think of like that being Mondstadt, but it was really Mondstadt and
Liyue.
the first half of Liyue. Yeah.
I mean, I made a list of all the characters that we have in those regions and stuff and crossed off the ones that we did episodes on. I crossed them off. Feens had to go in and erase it and be like, we didn't.
I was like, I would know.
Yeah, I was totally convinced.
I also want to throw this out to travelers. I would love to know if anyone has a really good Chongyun build. I know that Jonathan, the Genshin content creator who main Chongyun, has it built pretty well. I don't know his build though, but if anybody can suggest some builds for him, hit me up. I currently have Song of Broken Pines on him, which is Eula's weapon. And I have the 4-piece Blizzard Strayer,
Mhm.
So if anyone has any ideas of how I can make him cracked out he is triple crowned because I triple crown my 4 stars. And he is friendship level 10, even though that does not matter for his power. But he is. So if anyone has any recommendations, please comment.
When he came out, I mean, he's still a pretty good damage dealer for a 4-star.
He's big DPS, yeah.
And when he was first released, he was very good DPS for a 4-star.
He works really well in if you're doing an all freeze team. Sometimes I'll run him with Child, Kaya, and Shenhe.
Mhm.
Especially that team is who I use to defeat those stupid Vishops, not the bosses, but the random Vishops in Economia that are a achievement if you beat them.
Oh, the ones that jump in and out of the water?
No, those are the bosses. These are just random ones that are kind of there that are really powerful. They kind of remind me of the legendary bosses, the legendary bad guys that are in Fontaine and Natlan, but they weren't called that at the time. I struggled so hard trying to beat those motherfuckers. And I was trying to 100% Economia and had it at 99, And I kept going back for a week. And then finally, I think I switched up Shenhe's artifacts and beat them with that little group. And I was like, yes. So anyway, we don't really talk about builds here, but that's as much as I got. Chongyun. So Chongyun suffers from what I like to call start of game-itis. We talked about this a little bit in our Zhongling episode, but I didn't have a name for this disease yet, so this is a new name. It's worse than anthrax. Start of game-itis is when they give you as a character something, and that is all the people talk about. So with Zhongling, it was food. It was no one knew anything about her personality. Nobody knew if she had a mother, but they all knew she was a good cook and that she used weird ingredients.
Yeah.
And with Chongyun, he suffers from that as well, where people are like, he's got yang energy up the wazoo. And I'm like, oh, thank you. I didn't know. No idea.
He does have a lot.
Yeah, and they still do it sometimes to a degree, but I feel like it was a little more one-dimensional back then.
Yeah, which, I mean, I get it. Hoyoverse developers, but I'm like, damn, I wish you could go back and give him like some new voice lines.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But maybe one day we'll get something new.
Well, what I'm hoping they'll do is just keep involving him in events and actually like giving him his own storyline in the events because he's been in so much stuff in this game, but he's always like Xingqiu's arm candy.
Yeah.
You know,
Wait,
like
I
he's
love
just
that.
there. He's just like there to, like accompany Xingqiu. Like Xingqiu has so much more of like a main character arc or sort of attention.
Are you saying that they just boyfriend him? They're like,
Yeah.
this is my boyfriend.
Even if you don't think of those two as boyfriends, like he's kind of just, yeah, like his
This is my
boyfriend.
best friend. This
Yeah.
is what is it? What is the
His
Sidekick.
companion.
yeah, like it's just like this is my friend. Here's the B character in my storyline.
Right.
The little sidekick. The Robin to my Batman.
Yes. But I will say every now and then we do learn something about Chongyun where I'm like, wait, I want more. What the fuck is
Yes.
this? You gave me a teaspoon.
We'll get to the poetry event because I feel like that has been his like best moment so far in the
But
game.
so Chongyun, his introduction, how he introduces himself to you is, my name is Chongyun. My family has practiced the art of exorcism in Liyue for many generations. Fate has been generous in allowing my path to cross with that of your distinguished self. Oh, no. My services are free of charge. Which, first off, bro, we don't do anything for free. Like, mm-mm.
That's also not true because he does charge people.
Well, I think that he doesn't charge, though, when he's bad. He wants to charge,
Oh, I see.
but
Okay.
he can't always charge.
Has he actually done an exorcism?
No.
He's the non-exorcised exorcist.
Yes. So, Shang Yun is, as he said, he is an exorcist. He comes from a long line of exorcists, and his whole family are exorcists. Although we have never met his parents, we have never heard any wind about his parents. He might have a sibling. I have no idea. We got no idea.
We just know there are elders. I think his parents have been mentioned somewhere.
Not even sure. Like Brandon said, the elders had definitely been mentioned. If you weren't aware, Shenhe is related to him. He mentions calling her Auntie Shenhe, but we also know that that could just be a courtesy title. They might be more like cousins in actual relation. But when he talks about Shenhe, he says that the elders have talked about her.
Yeah, and one of his birthday mails to us, he refers to his clan, or he says that his clan refers to themselves as Tianheng thaumaturges. And that's sort of like that faction of people, I guess. And we know that Shenhe is also from a clan of Tianheng exorcists. So they're from like different families, but I guess they're all related. Like it's a little confusing on like how close they are in blood relation.
Yeah, but Shang Yun definitely knows because, and he's just not telling us, which is rude, because he does mention like basically a family tree and being able to position them on it.
Yeah, he's like based on the relative position that we're in our family tree, like do I need to call her auntie? But basically that means they're probably cousins, X number removed.
And if you are like me and you're like, what the heck is thaumaturgy? It is derived from the Greek for wonder working, refers to the performance of miracles, magic, or the practical application of supernatural power to alter the physical world. In case you're wondering, I thought they said thermometers at first.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, what the heck are you talking about?
And there is one other possible relative to Shang Yun. We know for a fact that Uncle Mingjun is related to Shenhe, but we're not 100% sure if he's related to Shang Yun. He remembers her from the days when her family lived in this little village outside of Liyue Harbor.
Before they tried to kill her.
Well, yeah, I mean, he remembers the before, the during. He thought she was dead. And they do have a cute connecting moment where she recognizes him and he's like, oh my God, you're alive. But again, we don't know what side of the family this guy's on.
Yeah.
So is he on the side that Shang Yun is from? Is he not? We're not 100% sure. But there is a chance that he is a possible third relative in this family that we've met.
Wait, who's the second?
Shenhe.
Oh, you're including him as the first?
Yeah,
Okay.
duh.
Well, then there's a fourth one.
What? Is it me?
No, it
Damn it.
is Shuyu.
Who?
So Shuyu is the little girl that Amanda would know about if she ever played Cloud Retainer's Story Quest.
Well, guess what? If you didn't guess, I fucking had it. Damn, but now that I know I'm missing out on Chongyun lore, I might have to get off my high horse about it.
And just like as a quick little explanation, Shuyu's grandfather was also a Tianheng exorcist.
Oh, interesting. Is she like cool? Does she do exorcisms?
Shuyu? No, because she got orphaned.
Damn it.
And her grandmother was, I think, an adeptus and like turned into
What?
human form and then had a baby with a Tianheng exorcist and then decided to stay human, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly.
That's like insanity. Is that Yanfei? Is she related to Yanfei?
It's what's interesting is like it also establishes a kind of via family connection between Cloud Retainer and Chongyun and Shenhe. And it makes me wonder if that's why she kind of adopted Shenhe. We gotta do a Cloud Retainer part 2. We could call it like Xianyun or something. But there's so much more to like dive into with her.
Well, it also brings up a lot of questions about Chongyun too. Like,
Mhm.
and I'll bring it up later. Like, we used to always say he's a lizard because of his eyes. And, like, is it possible that there is some adeptal blood in these people who are miracle workers?
Maybe, yeah.
Like, is there a lizard adeptus that I haven't met yet? Would that just be a dragon? We don't know.
Do you think it could be long lost relatives of the Enkanomiya people?
We talked about that many, many moons ago. I don't know. We might have talked about it in our episode about Enkanomiya.
I think so.
We might have talked about it in one of our many episodes that reference Enkanomiya. It could possibly be episode 68, which is about the Sun Children, or even episode 73, which was about Abashi. And if you want to go even farther back and check it out, episode 30 was all about Enju and the plight of Enkanomiya. We definitely bring up in that episode that Chongyun could be a lizard, blah, blah, blah. And we also kind of talk about his possible relations to Kokomi at that point. And it all comes back to the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to check out that episode or check out the webpage, talesofdevat.com, you could see the page for season 2 as well, where we kind of show the different eyes and label out what we think.
We also know that Shongyun's condition of yang, like pure yang spirit, is Xiao tells us that it's something that happens once every 1,000 generations or so. So it is some kind of phenomenon that is passed down through generations. Like it is genetic, it is inborn, but it's something going way, way back that even, the like adepti know about.
Yeah, how many years is 1,000 generations? Like, has this only happened like twice in the history of Teyvat? Like,
yeah, I don't know.
I can't do math.
What's what counts as a generation is the real question, because everyone has a different lifespan in this game.
Do we want to just say 60 years as like a middle ground, or 50 even?
So that's like 6,000 years.
Well, for us, we usually say like a generation is like 15 to 20 year period.
What? That's how quick we die?
No, because it's not like from
I have long excelled past my expiration date, if that is the case.
Think of like when you say like your generation, you're a millennial.
That's like the pop
that's
culture
generation
definition of a generation, I think. Right? Like
for the like Gen X, Gen Y, like that type of thing.
It's like if you're old enough to have kids.
Yeah, like, and I don't think like a generation like in a family is from birth to death, because it's when there's an overlap. So it's when you're popping out kids. So it's like 25, 30 years.
Yeah, even if let's say it's 25 years, that's still, what was it, 1,000? So it's still 2,500 years.
So it's probably happened like 5 times in the history of Teyvat to one poor soul.
Zhang Li has seen it twice. At least.
It's happened like 2.5 times.
Damn. Also, what generation are we? I'm Generation Zillennial. And that's all I'm gonna say on that. Um,
Zillennial?
yes, Zillennial is the name they give to people born in like this 3-year overlap between millennials and Gen Z.
Yeah, and there's
Oh,
another.
okay.
It's like micro generations, which I apparently belong to one as well. That's like between, I guess it's Gen X and millennial. Now I'm confused.
I will say, like, with the Zillennial stuff, like, I've never felt more seen in a generational description before.
Hmm.
It's like basically people who were born between like 93 and 97, I think. And it's just this group of people that like they can't really be considered a millennial because of the world shattering things that happened when they were a young age, where millennials were much older, like when 9/11 happened, when the 2008 financial crisis happened, all these things, of course, in the
Hmm.
States. And then like with Gen Z, like you're too old to be Gen Z in those situations because most Gen Zs don't even remember 9/11. So it's
Yeah.
like you're like this weird middle group of like people who were just traumatized from the get-go, and I
Yeah.
love it.
I don't want to hear any complaints because you two are lucky to be in those generations because I'm Gen Alpha and we're just constantly getting picked on.
I like picking on you though. It's fun.
I like to say that I like to hold on to my Gen X, the old school, but I'm actually a Xennial.
I'm a millennial.
Hell yeah.
I'm a Xennial. It's called like the last good generation or something because we were born with analog but grew up in digital. So we have a, like a true like understanding and appreciation for both sides of it.
And we enjoy a good straddling.
What?
Yes.
Wait, what? What? Where does that come from?
Those are because they're straddling two different generations. What were you thinking of, Amanda? God.
They also call them cuspers.
I was thinking of clocks. She was like analog versus digital, and I was like, I can read a clock. And then you were
What?
like, and they straddle, and I was like, wait, what? I'm
Well, it
talking
wasn't.
about time. I'm stuck on Istaroth. Are we straddling Istaroth? What's happening?
You can if you'd like. I
I
mean, I'm
mean,
going to add that to my diary of interesting things that Amanda says.
Istaroth is wide open. I mean, that bitch is straddling every generation. So wide, downright loose.
I'd also like to say that my little micro generation, we're also the people who've had to buy our fucking music in like 3 forms. We've bought it as cassettes, CDs, and digital.
I buy my music in all those forms.
I bought some of that shit in records too.
I have that. See, we're not that different.
No, we're not, but I didn't have a choice. Like I didn't have to. I bought it because that was the only option I had. It was like, oh, they're no longer going to make a cassette player for you. You must buy a CD. And then it was like, oh, fuck that.
It's funny because you're like, I bought my music. I'm like, my generation stole all the
Yeah.
music. We said, give me pirating,
Yeah.
give me LimeWire, give me death. Where's the YouTube converter?
Thank you for ruining everything, Napster.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anywho.
so Chongyun comes from Generation Lonely as the only person in his life who will ever understand his issues because of his yang energy issue. So he was born with a pure yang spirit. But they also call this something different in his voice lines, which I found interesting. They call it congenital positivity.
Yeah,
That sounds like a fucking disease. You're
it is.
always happy. Or not really. It's not really how he's happy, but that's what it sounds like.
Well, I think they use positive and positivity as like
The
the yin
positive,
yang,
negative,
yin and
yeah,
yang
yeah.
thing because yin and yang is like the yin is more receptive.
So he's toxic positivity.
It just sounds like he has a heart condition.
You're like, I've only heard that word congenital used with heart failure.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm concerned about him.
No, it just means it's an inborn trait and it's an overabundance of positive, quote unquote, positive energy. And that just means like outward flowing or, it's like the different meanings that are associated with the concept of yang and the yin and yang idea.
And because of this issue with his yang energy, poor Chongyun repels all evil for miles away. Like miles around him, there's just no evil. Which is interesting because you hear a lot about these issues in Liyue with ghosts and the supernatural. And it's like, well, if Chongyun is in Liyue, how many miles is he clearing the spirits? Is that why there's so many in Wuwa Hill?
It's 10 miles.
It's a 10-mile radius?
That's what he says in one of his voice lines.
Yo, that's such a big radius. Like, shouldn't there be no ghosts in all of Liyue Harbor, like 90% of the time? Like, I'm confused.
Remember, it's abbreviated. We're playing an abbreviated version of what's really there. So it's got to be bigger than, Liyue Harbor's not bigger than 10 miles, but
Right, right.
But it is weird because, he might just be saying that as like a phrase. It might not really be that big because, yeah.
Are you saying that men sometimes say things are bigger than they actually are?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you're just saying?
Especially when they're congenitally positive.
Oh man, the heart disease really gets to them.
It causes, and what I love about congenital positivity is that it causes your body to heat up and you become hot-blooded.
All
I don't know any of the words.
Foreigner.
Hot-blooded.
Brandon, do you know that Hot-Blooded by Foreigner is Booth and Brennan's song on the TV show Bones, which is David Boreanaz's, which is Angel.
Boreanaz. Uh-huh.
Borealis.
Yes, I like that more.
He is truly just Andreas.
AKA Angel.
AKA Angel from the Buffyverse. And I just wanted you to know that you made a very long connected, note to Angel just now.
We have successfully connected Buffy to Genshin via Chongyun.
Do you know that thing that's like in 10 steps I can connect I think it's like
6 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. That's what we just did.
Yeah,
6 degrees to Angel.
If you're not aware of what six degrees of Kevin Bacon is, it's that there's a theory that no matter who you are in the world, you are 6 steps away from knowing Kevin Bacon in some way or another. And it's because he's been in so many freaking movies.
Yes. Any actor is if you count you can draw a line from them to someone that has worked directly with Kevin Bacon within 6 steps. I bet that would be really easy to play with David Boreanaz actually, because he's been in a lot of stuff, and being on Bones, there's probably been so many people on that show, right?
There were a ton of guest stars on Bones, and there were a ton of guest stars on Buffy and Angel.
Yes. Yeah.
Which, okay, real quick, what's your favorite Kevin Bacon movie, and why is it always Tremors?
It is Tremor. It's always Tremors or Footloose.
The first one that came to my head, which is probably not my favorite Kevin Bacon movie, is Whitewater Summer, because I feel like nobody remembers it, and I have to have justice for young Sean Astin trying to climb a mountain and evil Kevin Bacon being mean to him.
Oh, evil.
Yeah, he's like their camp counselor kind of guy. He's like a guide or whatever, and they are out in the wilderness and stuff, and he's trying to push them to be better, and he's about to kill these kids.
Leave Sean Astin alone. He's been through so much.
I know.
After that, but still.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm sorry, I keep sidetracking us. I wanted to say is that Gam Ming actually talks a little bit about the pure yang spirit that is within Chongyun. And he actually says that where he's from, which is also Liyue, it's called heatiness.
Mm-hmm.
Heat-I-ness. And goes, dude needs to drink more herbal teas, for real. But if you look up what heatiness is, it's a term commonly used in traditional Chinese medicine, and it's the idea of having too much yang energy, which I thought was really interesting that is a concept. I wonder if I suffer. And it says that some of the symptoms of yang energy are nothing of what Chongyun has that I know of. Because I haven't looked this close, we'd have to maybe ask Xingqiu, depending on your thoughts on that. Because the symptoms are sore throat, mouth ulcers, acne, and constipation.
Wow.
Yes, and it does connect back to the fact that spicy foods can make it worse, and so can stress. And if there's one thing we know about Chongyun, it's that he is always trying to avoid spicy food and places that are hot. He would not survive in the desert of Sumeru.
Mhm.
He loves the snow.
Does he have one of those special lines like when you take him to Sumeru, like where he's like, "Are you trying to kill me?"
Yes, he does. But it's about snow.
Yes, this he has one about snow, not about the desert.
Like when it snows, he's like, ah, such delightful weather.
I love it.
And it's cute because he also has one about rain, but it's more like if you ship him and Xingqiu, it's like there's nothing purer than rain. And I'm like, ah, your boyfriend.
Also, though, we got to talk about like what the symptoms are of when he allows himself to become hot-blooded.
Well, I think the easiest way to describe it is have you ever seen someone do cocaine at a rave? Have you ever watched your best friend's pupils blow out?
Yeah, yeah, it really is like that. I mean, it's described in the game as excess passion, explosive shifts in mood, sudden urges and impulses, and he remembers nothing afterward.
He basically becomes manic. Like,
Yeah, like
he has
very,
a bit
very
of a
many.
manic episode.
Yes.
And he's been like caught in action. He once destroyed the Wanmin restaurant after Xingqiu put some spicy food in his food. And he came back later to apologize to Zhang for it.
You want to get into specifics of what else he did that day?
Oh, yeah.
He jumped onto the reception desk and shouted, "Everything's on me tonight." Even though he had no money, he chatted with other customers like they were his old pals. Just imagine him doing that. He bragged about his family's incredible exorcist arts, which he cannot do.
Which,
He tasted other people's food at their table. And he mistook Xiangling for an evil spirit, slapped a charm on her forehead, and chased her around with a sword.
and he's a claymore user. Where did he get a sword? Did he steal Xingqiu's sword?
Oh no, I'm sure it was his long, because it's a long sword. I'm sure it was his claymore. But that makes it even worse because it was probably smacking into everything in the restaurant.
Yeah, maybe that's how he broke down the whole restaurant.
Yeah.
A second time that we heard about him losing to his yang energy was when he jumped on stage at Xinyan's concert, where he had shown up with, once again, Xingqiu, and he started to jam out with her.
Yeah, and he now avoids Xinyan's performances like the plague because they get him all hot and bothered.
Which, like, couldn't they have chosen any other way to describe that? Anything.
I know.
Like, hot and bothered, really, Hoyo? Like, come on.
Well, if you imagine Chongyun as a character of being interested in girls, they would be a cute pairing.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Xinyan and they'd be like forbidden love.
A lot of people actually ship Chongyun with Zhangling. It's a
Yeah, I
huge
could see that
ship.
too. Even though he chased her with the sword,
That's
not
why.
a great start.
All she had to do was turn around and chase him with a chili.
Yeah, chili pepper. Ooh.
Well, you know what she said after that was that she kind of liked it that he did that, and she said that she thinks that Wild Chongyun is like his real personality without his personal walls up.
Which is true.
Oh.
And I think that's the interesting part about Chongyun is because of this issue with his yang energy, he is constantly meditating and doing whatever he can to suppress those like wants and needs almost. And he's a very calm character for the most part because of that. We don't really get to see him except for once not calm. And it was so exciting. And he was also
Yeah.
fangirling though.
Was that in the poet event?
Yes, because he's the #1 Xiao stan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because we get to see his face too. It's like it's very funny. Like his eyes are all Looney Tunes.
Yeah. And we'll talk about the poetry event in a minute in more detail because it does give us a nice little inkling into his life.
Yeah. Let's talk about what he does to control his condition.
Cries every night before he goes to bed.
And thinking of hot springs, yes. So he has several disciplines. He does not go into the sun or wear thick clothes. He abstains from hot beverages or hot or spicy food, like we mentioned. He, quote, takes up no quarrels and he indulges no tempers, unquote. In other words, he doesn't get into arguments. He does not listen to rousing music. And my favorite is that he always brings a parasol when he's on the job.
Now that is important for everybody.
I know. I wish I had one.
Skin health is very important.
It's just so dainty and cute. Imagine.
Yeah. Why don't we see him walking around with the damn ass
I
parasol?
know. Show him with the parasol.
Yes.
I feel like we don't see him during the day a lot.
I know.
He comes up a lot in like the evening in events.
I feel like we just described him as like he's Rosaria's vampire sire. That's why we can't see him during the day. And he needs a parasol to stay out of the sun. He's a vampire. There's
Oh
a
my
whole
God.
generation of them. Look at that. And instead of garlic, it's chili.
Imagine him in like Victorian garb.
Yes, with his
That would
lizard
be
eyes.
so cute. And don't you feel like we never see him with this parasol because he probably just uses Xingqiu's sleeve to
You're like, I
hide
need a
from the
parasol.
sun?
Who needs a parasol?
Just put your little ruffly sleeve over my head, please.
Or he could just stand underneath his auntie's bosom.
Yes.
Yes.
That has some shade.
Can we talk about that one more little story about the links that he will go to try to contain his yang energy? So one time he's really, frustrated by his body because of, this limitation as how he sees it. And he heard that there was a spirit rumored to be near the peak of Dragonspine. So he goes up to the peak of Dragonspine and it says wearing only a shirt. And his character story, which I thought was funny. I'm sure they mean like no coat, but it sounded like
he was Winnie Poohing it.
yeah, that's what it says. But
Oh my
I'm
God.
sure they don't mean it like that, but it was really funny to read it. And then he digs a hole in a frozen lake near the top of Dragonspine, and he gets in it with like just his little head poking out, and he stays submerged in this frozen fishing hole, like Snezhnayan fishing hole, basically. And he stays in it for half a day until he sees the demon, and then he leaps out and chases it down the mountain, and then he gets, basically all the way down the mountain and realizes it was just a rabbit.
I'm dead. He was like, what the fuck is that thing?
And that's like classic Chongyun. I feel like that sums up Chongyun. And
But now picture him running down the mountain in just a shirt.
just a shirt, just a Winnie the Pooh shirt.
In his like crop top that he has on. Like,
Chasing a rabbit. Albedo is probably sitting there going, what the fuck did he eat?
Yeah.
What's up with that guy?
Zoom past him.
I always wonder like if Chongyun and Albedo know each other, because apparently Chongyun's been the Dragonspine, but also because of Xingqiu. Because for those who don't remember, Xingqiu writes books under a pen name, and Albedo is calcs the artist for Xingqiu.
Mm-hmm.
And he does all the art for his books. So I've always been curious if they like know each other well.
Yeah, you'd think so, but they're both so monosyllabic, they probably don't really talk to each other.
Very true. Because I can't remember, does Chongyun go to Iridori with Xingqiu? No, right?
No, I don't think so.
No.
I think that would have
don't
been really
believe so.
scandalous.
Let me tell you something, guys. If Chongyun had gone to the Iridori Festival with Xingqiu, things would have been so different for Xingqiu. During the Iridori Festival, Xingqiu, we find out, has the world's worst penmanship.
Mm-hmm.
And he has to sign all these books and everything, right? And they decide to do stamps and whatnot. And we figure it out. But because of this penmanship issue, Xingqiu doesn't sleep. He's stressed. It's a whole thing. We find out that Chongyun actually has beautiful handwriting. Like, gorgeous, gorgeous penmanship. And during an antidote, we run into Chongyun and Xingqiu is freaking out because the editing house that does all of his books, only one person there can read his handwriting and transcribe it to type it up for the books. And that person is sick. So in order to meet his deadlines and get his book published, he needs to send over a transcribed version. So Chongyun, being the best person ever, offers to transcribe the manuscript for him, which I think it's important to note that does mean that Chongyun knows Xingqiu's secret. He probably is the only one who knows it because during one of the lantern rites, he's with Xingqiu, Hu Tao, and Zhang Ling, and Hu Tao is trying to get something out of Xingqiu about his writing, and Chongyun kind of brushes it off. So I think Chongyun is in on it and is in on helping keep the secret. But when Chongyun starts to transcribe the manuscript, he ends up reading it out loud. And he says that Xingqiu just has this excellent writing and the narrative is so good, like how could he not read it out loud? And as they're describing this to us, Xingqiu is turning as red as a tomato and he is so flustered. And Chongyun's like, so as I was reading and writing, Xingqiu just started like shaking my shoulders and telling me to stop. And Xingqiu is like, yeah, no, I can't do this. Like, so we go and find him a typewriter.
Yeah, well, we tell him that we're gonna borrow a typewriter from Fontaine. And he at first he's like, oh, I've heard of those. We don't have them here, but that would be so great. And he says, I look forward to being forever liberated from the tyranny of calligraphy.
The tyranny of calligraphy.
I love it so much. But then he also gets mad at his brother, who goes to Fontaine a lot and has never brought him a typewriter, or so he thinks.
Yeah, Pantalone.
Pantalone. He's like, why hasn't my brother brought me one? He's always in Fontaine. I didn't know they had typewriters there. Like, why, if they're that easy to get, why wouldn't he have brought one for me? He knows how much I struggle with this. And then he tells us, like, okay, I'll go get my manuscript organized for you and let's meet up later. And we're like, okay, and we'll get like a typewriter for you. But then we meet him later at Wanwan Book House and we find out that he had actually talked to his brother in between and found out that his brother already brought a typewriter back a long time ago, but never gave it to him.
What an ass.
I know. And he's like, it was in the hopes that, your calligraphy would improve over time. But then it kind of turns sweet because his brother tells him that even though his handwriting is not up to par, it still shows a remarkable style and vigor.
Mm-hmm.
And, he really was just trying to do it to like help him improve. And then Traveler and Xingqiu start talking about how they're surprised he didn't just want his calligraphy to improve for monetary reasons, to make money off of it. And Xingqiu kind of reflects and has, this moment where he's like, yeah, my brother, now that I think about it, he actually never talks business with me. He just lets me live my life. And it's kind of this like sweet moment where Xingqiu is kind of realizing like, as much as his brother is like all about the family business, he actually kind of shields him from that and just wants him to like improve and live the best life he can, whatever that means for him. So I thought that was like a really nice Xingqiu moment.
Yeah, until you find out that his brother's a harbinger.
Uh-huh.
I'm so dedicated
Allegedly.
to the storyline.
Yeah. Allegedly a harbinger.
That's the theory I like.
They gotta be setting it up for us, for
I would
his
hope
brother
so.
to become playable, right?
I would hope that all the harbingers are going to be playable at some point.
Oh, so you're saying that Pantalone is his brother?
Oh, I'm just adding the allegedly there, so this way you can't be like sued by the non-harbinger like in storyline people.
Oh my god, who's gonna sue me?
I don't know. If I've learned anything from television, it's that you're supposed to say allegedly when it has been proven in a court of law.
Well, allegedly they're brothers, Your Honor.
It'll be the rooster who sues you.
Oh my god.
Yeah. You don't want that motherfucker to come after you.
I just want Pantalone to like throw a coin at me.
Here you go, kid. Get yourself a Christmas turkey.
No, I can't afford a Christmas turkey off of a coin. He's like, get yourself a piece of candy. And I'm like, okay.
Wait,
It's a Scrooge reference.
Oh.
Wait, did I just mishear that? Like, Tiffany said, get yourself a Christmas turkey. And then Amanda said, I can't buy a trip to Turkey with a coin. Is that what just happened?
I think I said Christmas turkey, but still, I can't do anything.
I thought you said I can't. I thought you said I can't afford a trip to Turkey for Christmas.
That too. I'm not on a nickel. And the penny's been discontinued, guys, so at least I know I'm getting a minimum of 5 cents. Like, And I can't afford anything off that fucking 5 cents. You'd be better off giving me 5 pennies. They'll probably be worth more.
I'm just imagining Amanda being like, I can't go to the airport with this.
As someone who just got back from the airport, I don't think 5 cents would get me anything in that place.
No.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
I was at the airport and I was there at 4 in the morning and I was starving and I ordered a Dunkin' Donut sandwich and I've never been more disappointed in my life. Just so you all are aware.
That really does sound like the pit of despair, like the absolute bottom of depression.
You already know that your Dunkin' like bagel is gonna be subpar.
Yeah.
And then you get like a subpar version of that. And you're like, well, shit. Anyway, my bagels aside, now I want another one. This is a good little segue into Xingqiu and Chongyun and their relationship. And like Brandon said earlier, regardless of if you ship them or if you see them as friends, they have this really unique and beautiful relationship between the two of them. As we all know, Xingqiu is obsessed with chivalry. So, of course, Xingqiu, in his voice lines about Chongyun, says, he hasn't mastered chivalrous code, and that he really wants Chongyun to eat more spicy foods. We also know that Xingqiu will prank Chongyun, and he will put spicy foods into Chongyun's food. And he also, if you don't remember, Xingqiu hates carrots.
I was going to ask if he was the carrot hater.
Yes, and so Chongyun ends up with his carrots, and we see this in the Lantern Rite where they all have dinner with Xiao and Hu Tao and Zhongli and Venti, which a wild time to be alive. We literally see him trying to give his fucking carrots to Chongyun. And Chongyun's like, bro, we're at like a fancy dinner. Do this later. Also, Xingqiu, he says, dear Chongyun, he understands me quite well. And I don't know, there's just something about having that simple voice line of being like, okay, like these two are inseparable, regardless, again, of how you see them. They are either the best boyfriends ever, they're the best friends ever, or they are the cutest little situationship ever. It's up to you to decide. Chongyun, on the other hand, will tell you that Xingqiu can be really mean, and that you have to be careful because of that. And he says, if you find that you fall foul of any of his antics, come to me and we'll form a Victims of Xingqiu alliance. And he reminds us that there is strength in numbers. And as mentioned earlier, we do know that Chongyun is probably the only person that knows Xingqiu's whole secret author life. And as Brandon said earlier, they are connected at the hip. You do not get Xingqiu without Chongyun. And when you do, you're kind of like, all right, where's the other?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other one's going to be close behind.
I feel like you sometimes get Xingqiu without Chongyun, but you almost never get Chongyun without Xingqiu.
And it's like every Lantern Rite, it's the two of them together. It's the one Lantern Rite was Chongyun and Xingqiu out in Qinsei Village, like stopping that like horde of like treasure hoarders.
Mm-hmm.
Then you had the one Lantern Rite with the dinner, and that was the same one where the author comment was made by Hu Tao. And you have the most recent Lantern Rite where Hu Tao, Xingqiu, Chongyun, and Zhongling all went over to Chenyu Vale at the Chiwang Terrace to go see the giant rain jade in the sky.
Ah, yes.
It's not a rain jade in the sky. It's that communication device at the terrace that they used to talk to the gods. We see that during our quest with Bluey and Adeptus Fujin, which we also have an episode about. They all go up there because they hear that the moon is being eaten by something. And
right. Yeah.
They hang out for like this really long time and they're like, well, guess nothing's eating the moon. And as soon as they walk away, the moon goes away.
Yeah.
Top tier. Like, I was dying.
Yeah, that was the Sabai storyline.
Yes. So they're inseparable. It's like a 2-for-1 deal.
Yeah. And Xiangling is like their I'm not going to say the word.
I was going to say, I know where you're going there, but
she's their little bestie that hangs out with them all the time.
their third wheel.
Yes. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And then Hu Tao just ends up there with them a lot. It's like 4 of them against the world, it usually seems. But what's interesting about it being like the 4 of them against the world is that like the other 2 don't really have a lot to say about Chongyun. Hu Tao is like all yang and no yin. I'm like, all right, girl, chill. And then Chongyun says that Hu Tao has a cheeky smile. And he gets really mad because Hu Tao will be like, ah, it's fine. It's nothing you exorcists should worry about.
Oh
And he
yeah.
gets like real mad and he almost like yangs out. It's like hulking out.
Yeah, he really does have this like hidden temper that you always, he's so chill literally all the time that you forget that he's suppressing sort of like the way his body wants him to behave.
Yes. With many, many ice pops.
Like he's very feisty under the surface.
And then Zhang Ling, she really is just like, yeah, he doesn't like spicy food. She's it on him. And she says, they're quite interesting, those two, about Chongyun and Xingqiu. So, that's like your four little besties. And it's like, well, everyone just cares about Xingqiu and Chongyun. Got it.
hmm That reminds me of what Sethos, like when Sethos talks about Alhaitham and Kaveh.
Oh my God. He's like, they're together. I know it.
Like, what is going on with those two?
Sethos is my favorite because he's like what Dahlia wants to be. Like, he's a gossip queen. But he doesn't like intentionally find the gossip like Dahlia does. It just happens.
Right.
And he puts little pieces together in his head. And he's like,
And he doesn't have to pretend to be proper.
Yeah. He's like, no one cares about me. I'm from the Temple of Silence. We're silent. No one knows us. Goodbye.
Just like that.
Just like that. Unfortunately, Chongyun and Sethos don't know each other, but maybe one day we'll get Chongyun and Sumeru in the desert going cray cray.
That would be fun. I really would love to see Chongyun and Fremine together.
Yes. Do you know that's actually a big ship too?
Really?
Oh, really?
Yes. Fremine Chongyun and also Fremine and Gaming.
Fremine and Gaming.
hmm
That's interesting.
And then Charlotte
see that.
Gaming. I'm sorry, Charlotte Fremine.
Yes, of course.
There's a lot of like ships out there.
The Charlotte Fremine was kind of like hinted on it in game, right?
Well, it's just like the idea that like she thinks it was like the
Like
introvert boyfriend.
it's a
and
friendship, but
Yeah, if you wanted to, it's the trope of like introvert boyfriend, loud, crazy girlfriend,
Yeah.
Like
It's sort of like Gaming and Fremine.
yes, yeah. And that's the thing. They always pair, for the most part, they pair Femine with someone who's loud.
I just love the idea of with Chongyun and Fremine hanging out, where like Chongyun's like when the scales tip and he starts going manic and hot-blooded. I went like Fremine just like grabs him, like throws his diving helmet on him and throws him in the water.
Literally.
Yeah.
The laying hand. But we talked a little bit about his relationship with Shenhe. They are trying to get along. Shenhe wants to help him with his training, but does not want to deal with his sociable family. So she does stay away, but if he seeks her out, she'll help. And we talked a little bit about Ga Ming and Hu Tao. There's only a few other people that really have anything to say about him. One is Lan Yan. She has this story of remembering seeing Xiao leave a house and him looking like real like out of it. And she was like, man, he must have been exhausted from that exorcism. And then the traveler's like, he might just be disappointed that there was a lack of exorcism. And she's like, oh. Chongyun thinks Zhang Li is incredible. Like, he is definitely awestruck by Zhang Li because he alone buries the bodies of the Adepti, because that is his main role over there at the funeral parlor. He knows that Chi-Chi looks like a zombie, but he feels like there's more to her. And Yelan and him have like crossed paths before. He's like, oh, Yelan like wrote my name down in a notebook once, probably to make sure that I'm like okay, not sus. Otherwise, you have Xiao, and Xiao is the other big connection for him. He adores Xiao. He talks about how the Conqueror Demons used to fight side by side with like his family or his lineage, and therefore he respects Xiao so much.
There's also like a weird tension, right?
Well, it's like meeting your idol, like what do you do when you're just next to each other?
He has a voice line about him where he basically says, like mad respect, but I wish that he wouldn't disparage the exorcists as much as he does, because I guess Xiao used to work with his clan.
Yeah.
Because we know they go way, way back. But yeah, he's sort of like Xiao says, he just kind of trivializes them and disparages the power that they have. And so I think it kind of hurts his feelings.
Oh, I mean, it's your idol being like,
I know.
I think like Zhao's like his hall pass, like, like he'd be like, I gotta go. Like if Zhao allowed it, he'd be like, I gotta go.
There's definitely like some hero worship going on.
Yes.
Like we're both laconic. We are both demon fighters, but you actually get to do the fighting.
Yeah.
But we'll talk. We can talk a little bit more about their really one of their first interactions we see on screen. If probably their only outside of dinner in the One Lantern Rite during the poetry event. But I will say Chongyun does have one of the cutest and like best hangouts in the game, like top tier when they made it.
It was one of the early ones too, right?
Yes, from my understanding, I think it was the first one I ever did.
Yeah, I want to say it's like around the same time with Barbara's. Like it's really early. And it is, I haven't done a whole lot of them as much as I love them all, but I did his. So I know it's pretty early. It's not a terrible way to remember. Like, so in his wonderful little story, his storyline, his hangout quest is really my favorite. And while there isn't a lot for me to compare them to, I really enjoy it. It's just adorable.
Well, it's Chongyun, so it's the best.
Okay, there's no bias there.
No.
I feel like with his too, like where everybody's can, I feel like some of them can go in 1,001 directions. His kind of splits off at one point, and it's like you're always starting at Liyue Harbor, and then it splits off to like popsicles, ghosts. Like you got two kind of main ways that you're going.
It's like the two facets of his whole personality in the
Yeah.
game. Popsicles versus ghosts.
You're just missing Xingqiu.
Yeah. Oh, that's kind of sad.
I know. Give the boy some more screen time, Hoyo.
Yeah.
Please. I love it. And his voice actor is great. Bo is an amazing voice actor. He does a great job. So like give Bo the mic. Let's go. Like
Give him more work.
yeah. I want to work these people.
So, like I said, his starts off at Liyue Harbor over on the wharf, and he's asking us if we've seen any evil spirits. And he explains to us that he's an exorcist. I guess this all also depends on if you've met him before at this point or like when you're starting, because they do a nice job of kind of like easing that in. I feel like with the
Yeah.
hangouts. So if you don't know him, he's going to tell you that he's an exorcist, and then he explains to you what an evil spirit is, which is also a nice little. He's such a good boy.
He's like, no, your enemies aren't evil spirits.
Yeah.
You can't just say Dodore's an evil spirit, Amanda. I'm like,
It's a conversation you've had a lot with him.
yeah. Every night before I go to bed, Chongyun goes, remember, Dodore's not an evil spirit. He's just a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Like that bedtime ritual. Like, so what evil spirits did you encounter today? And that's just where you talk shit about everything that happened in your day.
I'm
Yeah.
like, you want to hear how Chili's messed up my order? Which Chili's would never. But
Like this one bitch cut me off, this other one.
and Shang goes, but was there really a ghost? Like,
Yeah.
where's the spirit? I'm like, well, you were probably within 10 miles of me,
Yeah.
so it never happened.
You're like, the evil spirit was me.
Well,
He would really suck at a haunted house on Halloween.
he'd be great because you would at least know there's no real evil spirits there.
Yeah, but it's Halloween. That's when you want them.
No, I never want them.
Well, he basically goes to a haunted house in his hangout.
Yeah, that is very true. Foreshadowing. Unintentional. So he asks if we've seen anything out of the ordinary. And of course, we're like, no, it's the harbor and the wharf. Like, what the hell are we going to see? So he says, like, he's going to go on his own clues as to what was going on. And of course, because we're nosy, we need to know everything. We're like, what the hell are you talking about? So he tells us that he has, he's gotten some clues around and like has read some boards and stuff. And he kind of goes through a couple things. One of the main ones is that he sees that there's a test of courage being held on Wubong Hill. He sees that people are talking about crazy footsteps and shouting outside people's windows at night. And now the kids can't go to sleep. I say
Fuck
to
the
that,
kids.
fuck them kids. Another is a that there's a huge shadow that appeared on the Gwali Plains, and it flies and swirls and summons fireballs and makes strange noises.
What are the people of Liyue on? It's like, I'm just like, who saw this? Like, can we send Baiju to check on them?
What is this, Sumeru?
Yeah, get off your drugs.
Well, that's kind of like what we say. We're like, well, what do these have anything to, like, they're not related. What do they have anything to do with evil spirits? And he's a gasp. Like, he is just like, what do you mean you don't think there's any evil spirits related? And he basically tells us that this is his constitution since he was young, that he is, quote unquote, unstable, emotionally.
Oh, he needs Mizuki.
He said he becomes very uncomfortable at times. And we find that he's almost got it's not really a temper, but he gets really like, it is that quick. Like the fact that we said that there's these things are related to evil spirits. Like he was just like, holy shit. Why would you even insinuate that? And it's like, he goes from like quiet tempered little man to raving lunatic very quickly.
Yes, that's how we like our friends.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like you could almost literally see the steam coming out of his ears because he's
Yes.
hot-blooded.
He explains that his tendency to get riled up so easily, it's from his pure yang spirit, and a lot of the stuff we've kind of already talked about. The hangouts do a good job of kind of taking a lot of these things that are within his story and within random parts of the game and kind of putting them together. So he goes into his pure yang spirit and, tells us that his constitution is very rare, and it would be a potent weapon for an exorcist since he can scare off evil spirits. But he's also like kind of bummed about that because all this, he doesn't have to do anything. He doesn't have to put any of his practice to work. But he also says that he has to pay close attention because he could go off the rails real quick. As we, like I said, we've kind of covered a lot of those little pieces anyway. But like he'll go back to his clues and kind of, he's like bummed now that we said that they don't go together. And he's like, man, shucks. He's like kicking the rock like Charlie Brown.
No, my poor boy.
As he like starts thinking about it and thinking about how there's no evil spirits and how he's not going to be able to do his job, he gets like worked up and has to whip out a popsicle and eat it real quick.
What a mood.
It sounds so embarrassing.
Yeah.
Like, excuse me, don't mind me.
Yeah.
I immediately have to suck on this.
And what's funny is they don't show him with the popsicle. In the hangout, it's like it goes black and she's like, Chongyun eats the popsicle. And I'm like, why didn't you seen him? Why'd you keep that part away
Because they knew what you were going to edit together. They were smarter than that.
So we think that's a little odd. But he says, it's a very effective and he always brings some with him, which made me go, well, if he is always bringing popsicle with him, one could assume it's because he's cryo and he can keep them cold.
Yeah.
Which then makes me go, why is Amber cold on Dragonspine?
Because she's just a baby.
Why is D-Luke cold on Dragonspine?
Because he's just a baby.
Why are any pyro cold?
Because they're
on
just
Dragonspine?
babies.
Why do I have to heat them up if they're already heated up?
Because they're babies.
It does pose a very important question, which I've always been very curious about. Do vision wielders get tired using their visions? Does it drain their energy? Or can they just like use it whenever they want and still have the same amount of energy? Because with Chongyun, he's hot-blooded from the inside. Like the heat in him is coming from inside of his body. It has nothing to do with the vision. So I can sort of understand it if like the other people are getting cold because they don't want to constantly use their pyro visions because it'll like drain them of energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I kind of see it as like they're gonna fuck you over mechanic wise no matter who you are. Like, because in hindsight, like, shouldn't Sino and Sethos be okay in the desert since they grew up there? Like, shouldn't Candace be okay? Deha in the desert since that's where they grew up? What I've always thought, and this could be very wrong, of course, I'm willing to admit that, is that the temperature thing just happens. Like, if you're, like, a pyrovision, you're just warmer. It's not necessarily you using the power of the vision. It's just happening to you. Um, I do think that using your vision, like to, do like a solar estoma or to like drop icicles or like the crazy bullshit we see Kaya and Diluc do in the manga, like I would think all of that is exhausting, like
I
fighting.
do, yeah. And doesn't in the manga when Amber creates the shield to protect Kale, isn't it she's like having to sustain it and she's kind of like, I can't like she's kind
Yes.
of faltering.
Yes.
So it seems like, yeah, and then it also helps explain their cooldowns in the game.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I was gonna say.
Like I can't just spam this attack because I have to like wait until my energy comes back.
Yeah. The only reason why, well, I mean, outside of the fact that he's like a walking cooler, I mean, we also carry around how much in our bag and we don't see that bag. So, there's a couple little things you have to just go with. Like he might just toting around a cooler in his backpack
I am all the time,
all the time.
all day, every day.
At this point, though, we notice that there's this little boy staring at us from across the dock. Yeah, since it's a little boy, we're like, okay, this isn't ominous. Maybe this kid needs our help.
I'm sorry. I thought it was super ominous. What are you talking about? I'm like, fuck those kids. Stop looking
Yeah.
at me. They're always kids that get possessed in the movies, guys.
It's
like,
true. It is true.
get this guy away from me. I'm not here for
And
it.
half of the kids in Genshin are ghosts.
Yes, or orphans.
Yeah.
Or both.
This one's not
Or
though.
both.
This one has a mother at least.
Who? Is she dead now?
She might be dead now.
She died 6 years after the release.
Yeah. So his name is DeLong, and he tells us that Xiaoyun's popsicles look really good and that his sister, who really likes food, because that's an interesting thing to say. My sister, she loves food. She would really love that popsicle. And he casually mentions that they're poor. It was like, wow.
He's like,
all right, Oliver.
My sister loves food, but we don't get to have things like that.
Yeah, we don't get that food. It's like my mom didn't give me any money for snacks because she said we're poor, we can't have snacks. I was like, that mother is just saying you've had enough snacks, kid. Yeah.
Oh my God. Terrible.
Chongyun's like, well, you probably wouldn't like this popsicle. And DeLong is like, she'd try it. She's gonna, I don't care. She wouldn't care. She's still gonna try it.
He's like, sometimes I just pick up a rock and give it to her. She shoves it in her mouth.
Like, what is happening in Liyue? Again, like, I'm so concerned about them.
Like, they've never had anything like that before. He's just like, oh, okay. So he's like, well, what do we do? And we can at this point to say, give the kid one popsicle or give the kid two popsicles.
Man, I like that there wasn't a no popsicle option.
There was no popsicle option. You had to give up one of your popsicles. Because that's the other thing. Xiaoyun's like, I only have two left and I need them. Like, what if all of a sudden something comes swinging out of the
Xingqiu
tree?
walks by,
Yeah.
strums her guitar.
Yeah.
Drops a pepper in my water.
So in this scenario, we're going to give the one popsicle first. He's like, here you go. Here's one. I'm sorry, can't give you two. I have to keep it. And the kid's just like, yay, this is great. It's already melting. I'm going to go run and give this to my sister. And I was just like, see, this kid doesn't have a cryovision. That shit started to melt the moment he handed it over.
Mm.
So at this point, we're like, okay, he's like, let's just go back on the evil spirit search then, I guess.
I guess.
And they're like, he's like, let's go up to the Wanman bookshop to look for clues. And he says that a friend has been giving him these clues, which we later learn is Xingqiu. So we're up there by the books and he's going through these clues. And some of them are so ridiculous. And they basically are all kind of explaining Xiao. Because it's like, there's a man in a mask who just turns into mist. Like,
I love that.
over at the restaurant, there's like some creepy dude. It's basically all Xiao, except there's one that's like, there's this blue-haired exorcist who's always doing funny stuff.
He's like, is this song about me?
And he's like, wait a second, that's me. Yeah, Xingqiu's just pulling one on him. And then he goes on to this whole big spiel about how Xingqiu's the best and he's always helping. And if he actually didn't have this yang energy, he would have been able to conquer so many exorcists because Xingqiu's given him all the info.
Now, this lines up with Xingqiu being mentioned in, his and Chongyun's character stories as loving to play pranks on Chongyun. And we find out that Xingqiu actually is the one who is constantly telling Chongyun about all of these like things that he's heard of, like, oh, I think that there's all these rumors that this house is haunted and you should go check it out and blah, blah, blah. And we find out that he's just making that stuff up most of the time.
What an ass.
Yeah. But it's complicated because Xingqiu started doing this after sort of hearing about Chongyun's dilemma, where Chongyun's like, I really want to be a proper exorcist, because Chongyun is so upset that like he just accidentally scares away evil spirits and he never gets, to actually use his exorcist arts. So he's not able to be like a proper exorcist, even though he's trained his whole life to do it. And to try to help him, I think, in a way, Xingqiu, was like, maybe Chongyun, instead of, trying to overcome your yang energy, what you should do in order to actually practice your arts is to find a spirit that is immune to your positive energy. And this becomes like this eureka moment for Chongyun. And so now Chongyun is like constantly seeking out any leads that he can find. And most of those are ones that Xingqiu just makes up. And when I first read this, it was unclear to me if like he's giving him these leads as just pranks, or if he's doing it to just try to cheer him up and like keep him motivated.
Right.
Because one other thing about Chongyun that we haven't really talked about yet is that he's a total airhead.
Yes. That's that yang energy. It's burning brain cells.
Yeah, absolutely. They're just like evaporating off of his forehead. So it's funny because we know this about Xingqiu, but it kind of explains in a way like why he's doing it and why he's quote unquote mean. And, if you want to interpret it that way, it could be because he cares. But, he's also mischievous.
He's also Xingqiu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's endearing. He's trying to help out his buddy.
Yeah.
Then he makes up all these nice little stories. So
because he has lots to do, a lot of goose chases to go on.
So we listen to him and we go over to Wangwin Hill at this point, and we're like, all right, let's go look for some shit. And we see this like misty energy, which actually looks like a lot of what we see over in Nodcry. It's the same type of abyss thing. Well, I guess we see it in Notland too. It's where like the abyss like holes are where things come out of.
Mm-hmm.
But like hilly churls come out of this one, which also makes me think, then did Xingqiu do that as well? He like get some like alchemy to set up to kind of like be like, here, yeah, you're gonna go and there's gonna be these monsters.
I thought you were asking if Xingqiu came out of a hole. And I was just like, wait, what is happening?
Wait, a steaming hole that things come out of?
I was just like, what is happening? Why? No. I'm so sorry. I was just the way my mouth dropped. I was like, wait.
Buttholes make it into every episode.
Yeah.
Every episode, to Meddy's dismay. I like the way my mouth dropped. I was like, what is Tiff saying? Is she insinuating Xingqiu's a hilly troll? Like,
no, that like he, went and like had like Sucrose like make something so this way he could go like kind of.
Does he know Sucrose?
I don't know why I chose
What? He doesn't know Sucrose? Sucrose is nobody.
Oh my god. Hashtag justice for Sucrose.
I think that's why I came up with her instead of Albedo. Like right then, it was just like, well, Sucrose.
Yeah, Albedo has more of a connection to the situation than
but Sucrose has nothing to do.
She has a lot of crying and bones to do. I don't know. She's finding bones. Leave her alone. She's looking for her dead
you
friends.
leave her alone, Amanda.
I am.
You leave her alone.
I've left her alone, believe me. She's there, but I don't know why.
So we go to another spot though of this mist, this purple mist, and the Hilly Charles come out. We fight them. He kind of looks at this like it's a success. Look, we did it, and we're like, all right. And he says like, oh, thanks so much for helping me and not turning away from me and my condition.
Oh, baby.
And we're like, okay, thanks. And that ends that branch. So as you go back, we back our way over to Liyue Harbor, back to DeLong, and we can give him 2 popsicles this time.
Boo.
And he's like, oh shit. My sister is gonna be so happy. And he runs off with his 2 melting popsicles. We're like, well, hey, like, where do you usually get these from? Because now that you don't have any. And Chongyun's like, oh, Chef Mao makes them for me, but I really don't know what's in them other than water.
Which is crazy. It's like you need these to function in society, and you're not going to make sure you know how to make them.
Yeah. What if Chef Mao gets run over by a bus one day? What are you going to do then?
Oh my God.
So we basically come up with, there's 3 choices in your little bubble things that you can choose. No matter what you choose, he's very impressed by the fact that you're just coming up with ingredients that could potentially help. And the correct one in this situation is I can never say this word, so I'm not gonna, the little white flowers that are very popular in Liyue and mist flowers together. That is the right choice. And then
I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Xingqiu? Isn't it? Is it Q
Qing Xin?
Oh, yeah. Xingqiu. Yeah.
It always gets me. I just look at it going, just that's what I hear when I read it in my head, because everything I read, I hear for the little one. So now he's like, well, damn, I could have given this kid more popsicles. So we go find the kids to give them more popsicles. Now, mind you, this kid was just asking us for food, which is a little weird.
Oh my God, don't shame the poor.
Yeah, oh my
You don't
God.
ask strangers for food. And that's the exact conversation we walk into. His mother going, you don't ask people for food.
Well, Mother, you said that I couldn't have snack money, so
Yeah.
what else was I supposed to do when I was craving a snack?
I kind of take it that it's that they're not actually poor, that she just refused to give him money for snacks. Like, she doesn't actually say that, but that's kind of what I deduced from what she's saying.
Oh my
I'm like,
God.
she's just like, oh, did you fucking tell somebody we're poor again? We're not poor.
Can you imagine the gossip amongst the housewives? Like, if
Yeah.
that happened in Jersey, that'd be wild. Like, she told her kids they were poor.
Yeah.
Oh, can you believe it? She didn't buy them 17 Labubus in a Gucci bag.
Yeah. She also accuses him of stealing them too.
Oh no.
Yeah. And he's a little pissed about that. So we interrupt and we're like, hey, we gave him the popsicles. It's totally cool.
We are the stranger danger.
Stranger danger showed up. We showed up to your house with more of the
with
danger.
more. We're here to poison your entire family.
Yeah, wouldn't
Yeah.
you be so creeped out? Like, this stranger gave my kids popsicles and then came looking for them to give them other things.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I'm calling the Millilith.
Yeah. Instead, she's like, ugh, I gotta go. Like, take care of these kids for me. I gotta
Thank
go
God
work.
these strangers showed up.
Yeah. These strangers with literal candy showed up. Now
Yeah.
I can go.
She's like, well, I'm gonna go now, and I'll be gone for quite a while. If something happens to my children, oh no.
His sister's name is Little Lee. So DeLong and Little Lee, though, are super happy about the popsicles. And they ask Traveler and Xiaoyun to play with them. And Xiaoyun's like, I'm sorry. I'm boring. I won't be any
Aw.
fun. He's like,
Oh,
I will
baby.
disappoint you. And they're like, everybody can play. Like, just play. So, like, let's play hide and seek. And then they have to teach him hide and seek. He doesn't even know hide and seek. And that's when I was like, this poor kid has never even played hide and seek.
Meanwhile, Xingqiu's like, I taught you how to play this like 10 times.
Yeah.
He's like, I thought you were just avoiding me.
Chongyun is just like, I just didn't understand the rules because he's that much of an airhead.
Yeah. After they're done playing, if we find them, the kids are hungry and mom's not back yet. So they ask us to make them some food. These
Oh
are
my God.
needy ass motherfuckers.
When did I adopt these?
I know.
I know. I like, don't you just feel like these kids are going to be all right? Like, they don't even need their mom. They're going to be just fine.
Yeah, they're just going to go ask everybody else to take care of them. And she's just sitting on the wharf with a margarita and her girlfriends.
Yeah, literally.
So Chongyun's like, well, I can't have a lot of different foods. Like I can't have hot stuff and stuff because it bothers me. So like, there's this one food called hot noodles with mountain delicacies. I changed it to wait, hold on to your hats. Cold noodles with mountain delicacies. I was like, wow, you stretched in the naming department
So
there,
creative.
buddy. Yeah.
So creative.
So we go on and we make them food, and they are happy as shit. And it's like, yay, popsicle saved the day.
My mom abandoned me.
Yeah.
And like these strangers I happened to meet once were like, yeah, we'll make you food. It's fine. Like, thank God.
And that's the end of that part. It's just like, "Brr." So the only other thing, this happens if you do the sweet or the cool popsicles, the ingredients, like the kids are happy, you play with them, everything's wonderful. But if you decide that you are going to make the julienne chili and slime condensate ones, that doesn't go over so well.
Oh my God, I thought I killed him.
Yeah, because he just collapses, right?
I streamed this hangout. Like, this was like something I did on Twitch, and it was, again, the first hangout I'd ever done. And I got there and I was like, oh my God, I killed him.
Oh my God, this is like, is it because he had like a little squiggle coming out of
Yes,
him?
and
Yes.
he had like the X eyes and everything. I was like,
Oh God, it's like the Bennett hangout all over again.
Yes.
Did I murder this little guy again?
For anyone who hasn't listened to our Bennett episode, we go into like, did you think that the guy in the dungeon in Bennett's hangout was dead?
Yes. My answer is yes.
Uh-huh.
No, actually, I think I didn't think he died. I don't remember.
I thought he was totally fucking dead.
We were like, isn't that what that means? Like his spirit is leaving his body. Good times.
We love death.
So now in the other side, like now, so that finishes that branch. So we go back to our other branch, which is, like I said, we are split into two areas. One is the popsicles, one is the test of courage. So if you go down the test of courage way, you can basically go down two different ways from within that side of things. So we go back over to Wuwang Hill. There's this test of courage there. And the whole thing with the test of courage is bring a friend. Let's see if you're both courageous.
I was like, oh, okay.
Did it say, I missed this when I was recapping this stuff. Did it say who was like sponsoring this test of courage?
No, I don't believe so.
Probably Xingqiu and the Feiyun Commerce.
Because doesn't it just like someone is an employee of whoever's organizing this test of courage, which is basically a haunted house for couples, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Which is so specific, by the way. Like, they're like, we really just want couples.
Yeah.
Yeah, who does?
They said, we don't want to make real money. We just want couples money.
Because we talked to Uncle Gia. He says that, we need to be really careful. La la la. Don't be separated from your partner. Wander off on your own. You're going to get really scared. We're just like, oh, we just get to decide and see if we're like, actually scared of shit. What? The things we just do. We don't pay any attention to shit. We're like, there's a sign, test of courage. Sure, let's go do it. But isn't it called test of courage when it's over in Izuma?
Yes, it is.
Is that just like a thing?
I don't know.
You talk to Junjun and Liyue Zhang in the beginning, but Uncle G is the one who like talks to you about stuff. Like he's kind of the one kind of heading everybody off into their directions.
Yeah, it's like we get there and this NPC is like, drink this potion.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, sure. It's funny though. So like Uncle Gia is like, don't get separated from your partner. Don't wander off on your own. Stay on the path. You'll get too scared if you're all by yourself. All the people are really like freaked out by that. But we kind of get a little bit, we're like, wait, are you saying you're going to get scared? Like what's going on here? Like we kind of already have a little inkling to the fact that this is not real, but we're not going to say it outright. We're like, we'll just go ahead and like Uncle Gia's like, hey, you guys are be a great team. You do it too. We're like, oh, okay. But like now there's like weird sounds. People are freaking out. It's chaos. It's absolute ridiculousness because you're not really sure what's going on. And like you literally do have to drink something. And I think like if you do drink it, there's like a little slight ending that then brings you back to the beginning. Because I think when you first drink it, it doesn't work out well for Chongyun.
Poor baby.
You do it again, and then you can go and talk to like the other participants who are not doing so well. And they're just yelling at each other. They're like, this is your fault. You scared me. Why are we here? All this stuff. And then we just kind of like find out that basically people are just having like couple problems.
Yeah.
And we're like, these aren't ghosts. You're just misunderstanding things. Like, move along. It kind of happens, I think that with like 3 different couples, I think and you can talk to. But then there's like, some strange smoke again that all happens.
Basically, we find out that whoever put this mysterious test of courage together, they hired a staff member to pretend to be a ghost as part of the experience because it's designed for like, the couple, like one to spook the couples so that basically the girl will be scared and the guy can protect her. That bullshit.
I know, it's so annoying.
And so of course Chongyun is like evil spirits, but then we kind of uncover the truth of like, nope, sorry, Chongyun, that's not what's happening.
Yeah.
Damn it.
It's like Scooby-Doo pulls the mask off the man.
Yes.
It was the old caretaker after all.
And they're all like annoyed at Chongyun and Traveler. Like, what are you doing? Like, leave us alone. We're trying to enjoy this haunted house.
Yeah.
But then they're also like fighting with each other because I don't know. Is it the potion? I forget why they're mad at each other.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of those things like the potion was like a glass of water.
Oh, okay.
In the end, like, and it was just like them kind of taking the, like, they think they have like, alcohol courage.
Mm-hmm.
So like kind of, they're really just going through couples therapy.
Yeah.
In this other one though, like in the other path of it, you start following all these little clues again, and you were like I said, like the traveler in the first one was just like, this ain't fucking real. In this one, they're like, we'll leave things open, and all of a sudden we start seeing a fucking ghost. We're like, is this actually a ghost? And I think this might be Xingqiu's episode that we talk about. We talk about the fact that there is a murder of a child by a famous bookseller.
Yeah.
And we decided,
like, is it the same one?
that this kid is that kid. And I searched all over the place because I was so convinced that this kid was the kid that drowned in the water.
Mm-hmm.
She's not.
She's not.
There's just a poor ass kid who's just like hanging about, probably has scared some people, but isn't an evil spirit, so isn't running away from Chongyun. So it's like not helping out any of his like, any of his problems.
But she's about to run away from him because she's terrified of him.
Yes.
It's hilarious. It's like we meet a ghost. We're like, oh my God, it's a ghost. And she's like, who is that? He's terrifying. And Chongyun is like, off in the distance, sucking on a popsicle or something.
Like, it's like when you had a hard day and you go out and like you hit the pack of cigarettes on your hand. Like, that's him with his ice pops. He's like, shit.
Yeah.
This little ghost girl's like freaked out, and we're like, it's okay, don't worry. The bad man won't hurt you.
Yeah.
And she's like, his energy, I can feel it from here. It's horrible. So at least we have confirmation that like he really does have a condition, and it's not just all in his head.
The little girl told us so. The little girl who was not murdered by a bookseller from Xingqiu's.
That would have been such a fun connection if they
really would have
done that. But I love it that, basically, since all these couples are pissed off at Chongyun, or like I guess the people who organized it, I forget who, they're all basically like, attacking Chongyun. Like, why are you here? You're ruining everything.
Yeah.
And the little girl agrees to help like actually scare people to give Chongyun some legitimacy. And so she's like, ooh, ghostiness. And everyone's like, let's get the fuck out of here. And since she helps us, we go to Chongyun and we're like, there really is a ghost here. She just helped you by scaring everyone, and she's really afraid of you. And he's like, oh, well, like, I guess since she's not evil, I won't exorcise her. Right?
I mean,
Yeah.
that's nice.
That's lovely.
I like that. I like it that he was kind of like, it sounds like she's not evil. Like, it sounds like some ghosts are okay. And
Yeah.
I'm going to choose to allow her to stay here, as long as I don't hear that she's doing anything bad later.
And, there's a part that's like, well, Chongyun has just wanted to do this so badly that, granted, there's a side that he is just a nice guy. And he's like, I'm not going to do this to this poor child who's of no threat to anybody. But don't you think there'd be a part of him that'd be like, here's my chance.
Yeah.
I can go exorcise her. La, la, la. But maybe also in that moment, maybe it wasn't entirely a nice gesture, but he went, oh no, I don't really know how to do this. And what if I can't do it? So we'll just be like, oh, she's nice. We'll just let that one go. Like performance anxiety or something.
Maybe, yeah. But it's also one of those things of like, even if he did his exorcist arts, we wouldn't I mean, maybe Traveler would know since Traveler can see the ghost, but like no one would really know if she got banished because of his techniques or if it was just him being there.
Yeah. Or if she just decided to walk away.
Right. Like, I'm going back to the river.
Yeah. Man, Master 5 or whatever the fuck his name is can't kill me again. I gotta look up his name real quick.
Chang the Ninth?
Chang the Ninth.
Yeah.
Chang the Ninth, Master 5. Same
Master
thing.
5, same thing.
I mean, they have numbers.
Master 5.
Oh my god. Oh, I'm ridiculous. They both have numbers. Thank you for that, Amanda. You're like, I'm gonna try and help you here.
Amanda, in your adventures of Nat, you have to have someone read a book by Master 5.
Master 5?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
About a little girl that may or may not have been drowned by Master 5 in the river.
And there's a serial killer named Master 5.
Nat's just like, what goes on in Liyue?
This is terrifying. This series of books is like all about the serial killer named Master 5 going around killing children.
She's like, what's happening here? Like,
Basically, though, that really is the end of the hangout at that point. That was once, we let him know he has that self-reflection. He says, oh, she's nice. I won't do that. And then that's the ending there. Like, he learns a good lesson.
And and it's a nice moment for Chongyun because, like you were saying, it really is him being like choosing to be nice over like going after this thing that he's like really wanted to do. Like, he's kind of not giving in to the really ambitious side of him that wants so desperately to use his exorcist arts. It kind of just shows you, he's a good guy.
yeah.
Yeah, he decided he's helping. In both stories, he was helping the kids of Liyue.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
He was being a good guy and also being a spicy chaos demon.
My poor guy, man. Leave him alone.
Tim in a nutshell. Are we ready to talk about waterborne poetry?
Always.
This was a great event. Just to put it out there, it was a great event.
Yes. And if anyone's like, what? Poetry? I mean, first of all, you should remember poetry event because that's what we call it. But if you don't remember the poetry part, it's also the Spring Fairy storyline event. The Spring Fairy, of course, being the Oceanid that lived in the spring in Springvale. And it is the same fairy that was the love of Old Finch's life.
Oh, Old Finch.
Yes, and also the same fairy that would talk to Diona when she was even younger than she is now. And was basically her bestie and blessed her to always be able to make delicious drinks, no matter how disgusting the ingredients are that she uses.
So in Diona's mind, cursed her.
Yes.
Right. Although Diona doesn't know that. But anyway, we won't get too deep into like the other characters or that because that would take forever. But we will go through like some of the Chongyun content of that event. So during this poetry event, we notice that Chongyun is asking Xingqiu for help with an investigation of a non-human entity that he believes is not a ghost or a demon, which is great because, he's not going to be like itching for a fight. And of course, this later turns out to be the big water droplet, aka water Eidolon, however you pronounce that word, / Oceanid Kalirho, or however you pronounce her name. I just like to call her Kalirho.
Because she's a clear hoe.
She's clearly a hoe. And she's clear. Yes. So the spring fairy. So he's like, hey, like, Xingqiu, I need your help, like figuring out who this thing is. And Venti offers to help. This is all happening on like the first day of the poetry event. And Venti's like, all right, now that we're all inspired at the end of the first day, like, let's come back tomorrow and we're gonna like help Chongyun with this investigation. And so day 2 of the event includes Venti splitting people up and going on these inspiration walks for their poetry. And so Chongyun and Traveler and Diona are in the same group. And as they are nearing the location of the sighting where Chongyun saw this entity, he's venting his frustrations to Diona about his pure yang spirit, blocking him from doing any actual exorcisms. And this is when Xiao appears and tells Chongyun, his constitution is more rare than any technique still passed down by the exorcists, and that he should treasure it. This is also, of course, where Chongyun fanboys over Xiao.
Yes. He's like, oh my God.
My hero.
My hero.
Be nicer to my ancestors, but I love you.
We love you.
Anyway, so Diona is also complaining about her inability to create a disgusting drink.
Such a different situation, Diona.
Yeah.
Come on, read the room.
And so she shows them, yeah, for real. So she shows them this, like, she's like, let me show you an example. And she makes a drink that Xiao tries, and then Chongyun tries. But this drink contains Jueyun chilies. So Chongyun goes into his full manic meltdown state.
I've never screamed louder. I was so excited.
Like, finally we get to see it.
I was like, my boy's getting lore.
And so Traveler has to ask Diona, like, quick, make an icy drink to calm him down. So she does, and he calms down. And after he calms down, Diona and Chongyun have this like lovely bonding moment over their unwanted conditions. Like, they're both like, we have this thing that we can't help and we can't control, and we hate it, and our lives suck.
Wow, Debbie Downers.
But it's just nice to see like Chongyun bonding with someone other than Xingqiu, and Diona bonding with anyone besides cats.
No dad, yeah.
And so near the end of the event, of course, we find out Kalirho's identity. It is so good. If you started playing this game after this event, I highly encourage you to watch it on YouTube because it's a very good event. And so Chongyun, we find out about Kalirho's identity, and while Kalirho's talking to Diona, she is talking about, you were like my best friend when you were a little girl, and that's why I gave you your gift. And Chongyun has this like once in a lifetime non-airhead moment, and he like realizes that Kalirho is, gave her this gift, which is this unwanted condition that Diona has. And he's like, oh my God, this thing that Diona hates about herself was actually a blessing and not, something bad. It's not a curse. It was a blessing. And so he has this realization, like it just suddenly dawns on him in this moment that maybe his yang spirit could also be a blessing. This is also paired with the conversation he had with Xiao, where Xiao was kind of telling him like, look, like you have something that is more valuable than anything your ancestors could do with their exorcism arts.
Yeah.
So you should be proud of it and you should embrace it. And so it's a really big turning point for Chongyun, I think, like in his mind. And then after the climax of the story where Kalirho reunites with old Finch, which is so fantastic, Xingqiu shows up, and he had not been there for any of this. It's like
he's like, "Hey, boo."
Yeah, and it's like one of the only times this whole event is like one of the only times you get to see Chongyun without Xingqiu around.
Yeah.
So, but he shows up again at the end and he's like, everyone's acting kind of weird. Like, they're all like keeping this a secret. And he's like, what happened while I was gone? And everyone's like, nothing, everything's fine. And they're all in a good mood. And Xingqiu's like trying to bribe Chongyun basically into spilling the beans. And he's like, I know who will tell me, Chongyun. Let's go to a haunted house. I know of one. I just heard about it. And then while we're there, you can tell me about what I missed. And Chongyun, what we can gather is basically the first time ever, says no.
Yeah.
He's like, no, actually, I'm good, Xingqiu. I don't want to do that. And he mentions that he's starting to think that his condition is not such a bad thing after all.
Okay. But like Yun told Xingqiu, right? Like within a week.
Probably. I'm sure Xingqiu was able to manipulate him into saying it later. But
throwing carrots at him or something.
Yeah, he was like, I'll give you a chili pepper unless you tell me.
But I just think this is such, I have this fantasy in which by the end of this game, everyone's storylines get sort of buttoned up.
Oh, you have high hopes, I see.
What?
You have high hopes.
Oh, high hopes. Yes.
Did you think she
Very
said pie hopes?
I did. I thought she said something about pie holes or something. Did I mishear?
We love a good hole.
Turkeys and pie. So I just really love, like, I feel like there are certain milestones in each character's story arc that we're getting to in certain areas. Not every character, but like at least some of them are getting these moments.
Yeah.
For example, if you're like, what is he talking about? For example, at the end of the Nodcry Our Conquest, you have such a big milestone kind of it almost felt like the end of the story arc for Scaramouche / Wanderer.
Yeah.
When, he's gone on this insane journey and near the end of Nodcry, he's willing to give his core over to Marionette to help save the day and to basically be a hero at the cost of possibly his own life. And that is sort of like the ending. Like if you think about where Scaramouche started, that is kind of like the full like realization of his story arc in a way. Like they could still do more things with him, of course, but in terms of like the arc that he's been on, like the journey that he's been on, that was kind of him arriving. And I feel like this moment and this waterborne poetry event for Chongyun, it's almost like the halfway point for him, or like cresting some kind of big hill for his story arc, which is just recognizing that his yang spirit is not necessarily such a horrible thing and that it might actually be something really useful, something that he should embrace. I would imagine like if they do let him have like a proper ending to his story arc, it will be like sort of the actual practice of that. Like something meaningful will happen where he'll actually get to find out why he has this.
Yeah.
Like it'll go back into the past of his bloodline, and then he'll like fully understand like how to use it and how to appreciate it.
Yeah.
I can only hope he gets that, yeah. And I hope he gets payback on Xingqiu.
Yes, that would be another little part of it too. Like if he has this final like storyline, definitely have to end with him pranking Xingqiu.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, are those carrots in your meal?
Yes, that's perfect. That is absolutely perfect too. He like bites into like, I got you this meal, and he bites into it and there's carrots in it.
He's like, damn you, Chongyun. My brother Pantalone will hear about this. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
That was perfect. Allegedly.
Allegedly, my brother will hear all about this.
No lawsuits, please.
No, please.
So yeah, that poetry event, just such a great moment for Chongyun, and hopefully we get some more stuff like that for him.
Yeah, absolutely. And hopefully too, even if he doesn't get like a big story that's really all his own, he gets more little moments like this one.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
a little bit more than he does in Lantern Right, right?
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. Yeah.
But there are two theories that I just want to throw out there. And we kind of touched on some of them as we went through. But one is that, there's this theory out there that Chongyun is possibly a lizard man. And he is possibly in the Illuminati. No, I'm joking. That he is possibly a descendant of the Enkanomiya people. And if we remember when we talk about Enkanomiya, we do meet that one lady who is a lizard lady. Grabbing her name real quick so I don't fuck it up too much. Dee 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 dee. Her name is Sumi. And it makes it look like she has like these serpent eyes. And we're not really sure if like she really has those eyes, if it's just the mask, whatever it is. We do know that she's an ancestor of these like serpent people from Enkanomiya. And Shongyun has the same like pupils, like the line lizard pupil. And so there has been this like curiosity about whether or not he might be a descendant of lizard people. And maybe that's why he also had this curse slash blessing. Maybe it's something where his family got intermingled with the lizard folk. I'm not sure. I also think it's interesting because Shang favorite food is like a good traditional Inazuman meal. And I'm like, well, when have you ever had that? Like, why is that your favorite food when Inazuma was closed for so long?
Yeah. Oh, that is a good point.
And it would make sense if he's like, why my family likes Inazuman delicacies because we're lizards.
Yeah.
Also, what we had talked about during episode 30, which is our Enju and the Plight of Economia episode, which I kind of mentioned earlier, is that Shenhe and Kokomi both have like these beautiful, like radiant eyes. Now, Kokomi almost lacks a pupil, but Shenhe has one. And we know that Kokomi is a descendant of the lizard folk. So that also makes you go, well, if she doesn't have lizard eyes, maybe it's just Shang eye. But regardless, it is a theory.
I don't know if this necessarily throws a wrench into that theory, but I do think we should talk about Kirara's anecdote
Okay.
because it involves Shang Yun's kind of reverence for Inazuma.
Mhm.
So, and it's basically he's kind of enthralled, but like also scared of the yokai and like the different kinds of spirits in Inazuma that he's heard about. So I wouldn't be surprised if he was more just kind of like an Inazuma nerd because of the things that he's read about it. And but I do think we'll find out because in Kirara's anecdote, we run into her, Shangyun, and Zhongling at Wanmin restaurant,
Mhm.
and we find out that Shangyun made Kirara his cold noodle dish because she also hates spicy food. And Kirara jokes that he shouldn't, like, he's kind of talking to her in a very formal way, and she's like, you shouldn't be so formal with me, or I won't take you with me to Inazuma to meet Ito and Ioroi. And we ask them like what's going on, and Kirara explains that Shangyun has never met a supernatural creature and that she could introduce him to some. And after mentioning, like Ito is an Oni and Yoroi is a great yokai. And if anyone forgot, Yoroi is the big statue Bake Danuki yokai in Shinju Forest. And so Shangyun is like when he suddenly realizes that, oh, like I could actually meet a yokai, he gets really nervous
Mhm.
and starts stuttering and is like, oh God, like what are they like? If they're like really fierce, I could bring Lanyan to help me subdue them. And Xingqiu, he has, he's great with the sword. And Karara's like, girl, chill. Like they're not evil, they're not bad spirits, like these are good guys. And she says that the worst thing Ito has ever done is not admit to losing a card game to her, and that he still owes her a tricolor dongo for that. And she says Yorai is also nice, but the only bad thing about him is he ropes her into playing hide and seek every time she passes through the forest. And so at the end of it, they make plans to go to Inazuma together in a few days.
And that's when we're gonna find out he's a lizard.
That'd be amazing. Like, what if we do? But I'm just excited for these anecdote storylines to continue. Hopefully they do. Like, I really hope they pick this back up where he's in Inazuma and like meeting Ito and like nerding out on Inazuman culture. That'd be really fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't think your thing necessarily throws a wrench in it because he might not know that he's a lizard person, you know? Like it could
Yeah,
be, I mean, thousands of years, right? Like,
and it could be why he's so excited to go there.
yeah, maybe he's heard rumor. The other theory I just wanted to bring up very quickly is there is this whole theory out there that, and I did not come up with this, but I've heard it from a few sources, like a few Reddit threads and stuff like that, that Chongyun should have been a pyrovision based off of his qualities and stuff, you know, what we typically see in a pyro versus a cryo character. I think a great example is like, do you think Chongyun naturally is more like Diluc or more like Kaya? And I would say he's probably more like Diluc.
Yeah, but Diluc isn't anything like Zhongling.
No, no, you're right. I was just comparing my brothers. Just using the brothers as a comparison. But there are a lot of theories out there that based off of like his fiery passion and everything like that, that he should have been Pyro.
Yeah, Pyro definitely feels more Yang.
Yes. And there's a lot of theories out there that like a Pyrovision probably would have killed him. Because if it's true that a Pyrovision makes you more warm-blooded, you know, it makes you warmer, and he's already warmer, that it could have gone really south for him. And that the Cryovision is almost like helping keep him alive, almost in a similar situation to Signora with her delusion.
Yeah, yeah.
And even in his little story about like getting his vision, it says, perhaps it was this resolve that earned him the god's favor. That said, the vision granted to Chongyun was one of cryo rather than pyro. As to which of his goals it was that the vision responded to, that is also a mystery. So even in their story for him, they're hinting at like a surprise.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think, you know, it works out that he's the popsicle boy and a cryo. But it's an interesting thought to think about.
Yeah, definitely. And speaking of his vision, he has one of the sort of vague, like the most vague explanations of how he got it. Basically, it just sort of says that his ability to drive away evil spirits by just sitting around has caused a lot of suspicion on his abilities.
Yeah.
But he has always refused to put on a show and like pretend and like wave things around because he knows that that would sort of satisfy people more if he like comes into your house to like get rid of an evil spirit and he like throws charms around and waves his hands and is like ooga booga booga and like then the ghost leaves, like then the person's gonna be like, oh my god, he was amazing, he like did all this stuff, and then the ghost left. But if he just comes into your house and sits in a chair for a few hours and then the ghost is gone, it's a little suspicious. Like he didn't actually do anything. Like what's going on here? But Chongyun, being the professional that he is, refuses to fake it and he refuses to put on a show. So I think that combined with his determination to one day control his yang energy and rid the world, he also wants to rid the entire world of evil spirits. It's kind of implied that those things are what granted him a vision. And then like Feeny said, like we don't know which of those sides of it got him the cryo vision instead of like say a pyro.
My poor baby. He just needs a hug. Not from Xingqiu, because he's going to bring out a pepper with the hug.
I did want to mention that just a fun little tidbit is that as professional as Chongyun is, there is one thing he does that is not professional, in my opinion, which his family has passed down these detailed tomes, this field guide to exorcism, and that's gone from generation to generation, and it describes every evil spirit that they have ever subdued. And the thing is, these books are illustrated, and since Chongyun has never actually seen an evil spirit, he has to make them up when he writes things down. And so he basically just like uses his imagination and draws creatures, and it says such as the 7-winged 5-legged chicken beast or the half fish half hilichurl demon. So he's just making shit up and like drawing it in this book that is passed down through the generations, and I'm like, that's not very professional. But it is another curious thing to think about, that like why does this trait, this inborn trait that he has that gives him this yang spirit, Why does it prevent him from seeing any of the evil spirits? Because apparently all of his ancestors could see them. So there's something going on there.
Isn't that what's preventing him from seeing the spirits is that 10-mile radius?
Well, it's scaring them off, but why is it also preventing him to even see them?
Because they're away.
Oh, you think it's just because they're running?
Yeah, like I don't think he can ever like physically get close enough to them.
That's a good one. I didn't even think of that. I just figured like he would have like snuck up on one by surprise at some point. Like if
No,
it
you
was
can't
asleep.
sneak up with a 10-mile radius.
I get, yeah, that's very true. If it's
That's a
10
lot
miles,
of me time.
yeah, and like people don't drive cars in this game, so
and
they
they don't
a
have
while.
horses apparently. Like,
Yeah.
still have yet to see a motherfucking horse.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
I haven't even seen them in Dormant Port. Like, whatever, it's fine. I'm not mad about it. I am calm and collected like Chongyun with a nice pop. But that being said, Kirara heard us mention her name quite a few times just now, and her little ears are perking up, and she's like, "Is it time? Is it time?" So we're gonna check out our mail from
Like
this
Mariah
mail
says,
time.
it's time.
Pitches all mics as you try to be Mariah.
Yeah. You know, back in the day when Mariah was first up and coming, there was a big story about people playing her videos on like TV and stuff and their garage doors opening and closing because it's like her pitch hit the right frequency and
Oh my
caused like
god.
I hate
doors
that.
garage doors to open. Uh-huh.
I want someone to make compilation of Genshin characters looking at their visions, like anytime, like any kind of like visuals that are in the game of that, just set to Mariah's vision of love.
Oh my god. No.
I had a vision of love, and it was all that you've given to me. And then they like look up at Celestia during that part.
No, at that part it pans to Kaching taking a hammer to her fucking vision. He's like, "Get rid of this thing."
Throwing it in a bucket and setting it on fire.
Yeah, literally. It's like arson is my new middle name. So our first message today is going to be coming from Ash, and they said, "I don't think this has ever been asked before, at least not in this way. I know we haven't been everywhere in Teyvat, but if you could plan your dream Teyvat vacation, where would you travel to? How would you get there? And what things would you do and see? Where would you stay, eat, who'd you visit? It doesn't have to be just one nation. This is your dream vacation and you could do anything."
I can go first if y'all want, because I feel like mine is going to be shortish.
Sure, go for it.
I would definitely go to Fontaine. How would I get there? Teleport.
I'm crying. Someone who can use the teleport outside a traveler. Are you a Tharmagart?
Yes. Whatever that is. Yes.
Are you Chongyun?
A thaumaturge?
Yes.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that?
It's like that's what exactly what Tiff hears when she sees the word Xingqiu.
Yeah. They're the same thing.
Yes, I am a thaumaturge, and I will be going to Fontaine via teleport because, like, I love to travel, but the traveling, like the actual traveling part, is so annoying most of the time.
Yeah.
So I would go there, and I really just want to go. I want to see the city. I want to eat all the pastries. I want to take a tour of the Palais Mermonia. I want to talk to the Melazines, and then from there, I want to go to Snezhnaya if they have an ice hotel, because I'm like fascinated by ice hotels, and I think it'd be really fun to stay in one. Are you guys
Love
familiar?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that would be really fun. And then I want to see their version of the Northern Lights.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You know, like David Borealis.
David Borealis.
Yeah, David Borealis. Thank you. David Borealis. Oh, yeah, because it's Aurora Borealis. I was thinking of Sarah Bareilles.
Sarah Bareilles.
Bareilles.
She ain't gonna write you a love song because you asked for it or because you need one.
Mm-mm. No, she is not. I would go over to the Easy Breeze Holiday Resort over in Natlon because they made the big fucking thing. Somebody's got to go back. And I really want to spend my vacation on a lazy river.
Ooh.
Yeah. And with the little blobby guys, the Ashu guys, they're just so fucking cute. Maybe I'd bring Bennett's. This way he'd have some good luck while we were there. I think I would get there either. Part of me is like, maybe I'd invite Beto and we can take the Crux, but I don't really want to have that Ningguang kind of energy going on. So maybe just gonna go on my Wave Rider. I mean, I took that. Me and Feens drove that shit all the way down. Was it to Natlan at the time?
I've taken it everywhere, man.
We weren't supposed to take it. Like there was somewhere we went out of our way to take the freaking Wave Rider, and we didn't need to. There was like an easy way. Maybe it was to the Easy Breeze Resort.
I think it was to the.
Yeah.
I don't think it was a. I don't think
yes,
it was
you were supposed to go on the Saurian that swims.
Yeah, and like I went to get a boat instead.
Yeah. I did too. I was like, all right, well, let's just drive. So that's how I'm gonna get there. And there is this like where we stayed as the traveler. There was like this cute little pool with like a little diving board, and then there was like an actual blow up there that constantly seemed like there was something you were supposed to do with it, but it never there was never anything to do, but like a little thing would pop up and just like basically tell you it was an inflatable. And I was like, but is there something I'm missing? Like I spent way too much time near that thing trying to figure out what I was missing. So I'm going to go investigate that with a cocktail in one hand, and I'm going to just sit in the inflatable.
I'm gonna lose Tiff. Tiff's like, I'm going with a cocktail to investigate the inflatable. And I'm like, oh man, like, Tiff's never coming home.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the Asha like push her out into the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, somebody's got to be moving the lazy river. I'm just gonna do a little booty dance with them. They're gonna love me. I'm gonna be the queen of the Asha.
Oh my god, that is amazing. Like,
The
the next time we go there, there's a new leader.
Yeah.
They call her Teef, queen of the Asha.
Yes, this is me.
I'm going on a cruise.
All right.
I don't really know where I'm starting from because the whole map isn't unlocked, but my stops are going to include Dorman Port, the Musk Reef, and the Thousand Winds Temple site. Extension site, I should say. And then we'll stop like in Liyue Harbor and then go to Port Ormos. And that's where I want to end. And I'm going to go party hard at the Twink Tank in Port Ormos.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, and when I guess at this point I'd be starting at Dorman Port and then like going around to the other places. So when I start off in Dorman Port, my main goal is to beat Lohen's ass and kick his ass. I don't know why, but that's gonna be the number one stop goal.
Wow.
Yeah, kick Lohen's ass and then like drink with Varka. Hope that he's there. I don't know if he's gonna be out there, but I'm gonna hope for the best. And then I'll head over to the Thousand Winds Extension Site Island, and that's going to be really dope, and I'm going to hope to find something cool. Head over to Musk Reef. Maybe take a stop at the back end of Dragon Spine, just for fun.
Just for some photos.
Yeah, quick pop in Liyue Harbor, where I'm going to, treat Zhongli to some tea and everything, and then I'll end in Port Ormos and have a good old time. So it'll be a lot of fun.
Why do I picture you at Musk Reef, like boarding up the portal to the spiral abyss? It's like, stay out.
Stay out. The abyss is bad.
Now.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I'm on a mission on this vacation, so
Yeah,
it's very possible.
Yeah, this is a very driven vacation. There's not much relaxing going on your vacation.
It's more of like a history trip. Like outside of beating Lohen's ass, I'm really just going on like historical sites. I feel like I'm going to like Athens.
You're going to the Acropolis.
Yeah, like,
that's what you say. That's what you say at the Twink Tank. You're like, I'm doing archaeological research about the lighthouse.
And then Kavi's like, what do you need to know? I built it. I'm like, go away. Who invited you? And he's like, I'm your general manager.
You're like, can you tell me more about where this tequila came from?
Yes. He's like, no. No. I'm like, damn it. He's like, you bought it. You run this place. I'm like, ugh, don't remind me. Don't worry though, there's another twink tank coming. We have our first extension site over, with Flynn's, and then there's another one in Nodcry because there's two lighthouses in Nodcry. And we have a third one, a fourth, site getting ready to open up over in Port Dorman. So, Dorman Port.
You're expanding so fast.
I know.
I'm
And,
happy for you.
it's really helpful that there's so many twinks around in Teyvat.
Yeah.
They're looking for a good time.
Yeah.
So it's
You have
very
a large
helpful.
clientele.
Yeah. There's only one twink not invited in, and it's Lohan.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I don't want his little poison knife coming out of anywhere. Go away, Lohan.
Wow.
Is that what you call it?
Yes. Ash, thank you so much for the question.
Thank you, Ash.
Our next message comes from Scaranara, which is everything.
Amazing name.
Mm-hmm.
They said, I want to know, do you guys still main the same characters? And if not, who do you now main? So, if we go back to day one of this podcast, I'm going to read them to you. Hold on.
Oh, thank God you have them because I can't. All I know is Kazuha.
Kazuha or death.
I know Rosaria was my main.
All right. So, we had done like a meet our hosts thing online. Brandon, you had
did
said
we online?
yes on the interweb. All right, your main team, Brandon, when we first started this podcast 7 seasons ago, was Kazuha, Barbara, Fischl, and D-Luke.
Wow. Wow. Imagine if I was like, that's still my main team.
I'd be like, just get your ass out of here. Like, that's a lie.
I was like, that's still my main team, and I haven't made it past floor 10 of the spiral abyss.
And I am still in Mondstadt. I have not left.
I mean, listen, some people stick with their teams, and I can respect that,
Yeah.
If you feel passionate about your characters, like in your team comp, respect.
And I think
that.
especially like one character, like I feel like people hold on to one at least.
Yes.
I feel targeted.
So I am someone that changes my main team somewhat often. Not super often though. I'm not just like, oh, new character, new team. Like I do kind of figure out like what works the best and what makes it the most convenient to run around the world for. And sometimes I'll do like different teams for like different tasks. Like if I'm collecting resources for a talent in a certain area, like if I need something from Natlan, I'll bring out some Natlan characters to go, kill things and collect whatever it is I need, etc. But where I'm at right now, my main team comp is Baiju, Enefa, Nouvelette, of course, and Varessa.
And who would you say is your B team then? Like maybe like your secondary crew?
I don't really have one, but I will say that like I use Venti, Kazuha, Skirk a lot.
Okay.
Like I use Venti for like exploration stuff and like if I'm like running around collecting things. But I would say less him. Like it's definitely Kazuha and Skirk. And then I feel like I need to be looking at my character list. Zhongli, I use a lot. Zhongli used to be one of my mains before like my current team. So I would definitely include him.
Not originally.
No, not originally. No, he was like the second wave.
The second wave?
I guess I'm on the third.
Well, let me tell you, I have written down that your second wave was Zhongli, Ayaka, Nouvelette, and Kazuha, so that seems pretty accurate.
Oh, yes. How could I forget Ayaka? I feel so bad. I kind of replaced her with Skirk, and I literally took a Yato sword that I had on Ayaka and gave it to Skirk because I can't get, as much as I try, I cannot get Skirk's sword because I don't feel like spending a lot of money on it. So I do have like a less good weapon on Ayaka. So I'm definitely trying to get Skirk's sword or at least a better sword to give back to Ayaka.
Okay.
Now I think I can guess 3 of the 4 of my main.
Okay.
Or my original. Rosaria,
Mm-hmm.
Barbara,
Mm-hmm.
Beto.
Nope.
Who was I just thinking? Oh, and Yanfei. The
Yanfei. You're missing number 4.
Yeah, I knew I could get the 3, and my original was Yanfei, and I don't know why I threw Beto in there. Um, I don't know.
The Shogun.
I already, I already had her back in the beginning.
Yeah, this was day
Ah,
one,
shit.
man.
Damn, I didn't know.
Wow.
I would have said her, but I really thought that we
She
started
probably
before she
just
came out.
This is from our initial introductions when we made the podcast and we were posting stuff on social media, like meet the
Ah,
hosts. So this
yeah.
is
Okay.
this
she
is what you
probably had
fed me.
just come out
Yeah.
recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's why I really thought we predated me being able to get her or her coming out.
I feel like she reran pretty quickly after we started because you and I started playing around the same time.
Yeah, you were a little bit before me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I'm gonna explain something about myself. I give a lot of emotion to inanimate objects.
Facts.
And there is nothing more exemplary of this situation as the fact of my mug situation at work. My sister gave me a mug. I loved it, but it wasn't working for me. This was one of those electronic ones, and I kept turning it off, and it was all this stuff. And I was tormented by the fact that I was replacing the mug with another one. My sister doesn't work with me. She'd have no fucking idea of what mug I was using, but I felt like I was taking the mug and not ever using it again. And it was like my coworker Scott fucking had to hear about this damn mug for a week. So I struggle a lot with like I sleep with a lot of squishmallows and they rotate around because I feel like they're not all getting the love.
The love they deserve.
Yeah, the love they deserve. So it hurts me that I don't still play with Rosaria as main so that it still gets me. And it actually, my latest bothersome moment is that right now in Not Cry, I don't play with Shogun. I don't play with Raiden. My current one in Not Cry is Anefa, Columbina, Arlecchino, and Skirk. And really, it's Anefa and Columbina because they work so friggin' well together. My favorite thing in the world to do is go to Mondstadt to do the ley lines, and I just set the two of them off, and I do nothing. I literally use their bursts and stand there and just go. Boop, 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 it's all done. I don't have to do a second hit. It's amazing. It to the point where I've recorded it and sent it. I actually think I posted it on TikTok. I'm amazed by them. But yeah, right now in Not Cry, that's basically my whole thing. But like, I think I do a little bit of what Brandon says too. Is like when I go to a certain nation, I use the characters from there not only because I can pick up their specialties easier, but typically it's if I'm working for them. I'm like, I need to everybody needs some loving. Except Guru. I never play with him.
Wow.
If I didn't go through a thing of getting everyone to like at least level 40 at one point, he'd probably still be 0.
The poor boy. Oh my God. So mean.
I also have to give a shout out, by the way, to Farina because I do use her a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like anytime I can't use Nuvolette, she's usually like on the other team.
I started doing that, like switching back and forth through Nuvolette and Farina for a bit. And then honestly, Columbina has just done circles around them. Floaty, beautiful, humming, singing circles around them.
So I did just want to throw out there, Tiff, that when we updated our online Meet the Host.
Oh, wait. Okay. So can I guess what my updated one was?
Yeah, okay. So we updated them right after Al left, so you have an idea of how long
Okay.
ago that was.
I'm going to say it was Raiden, Arlecchino, Kuki, and my fourth one was probably a back and forth.
You chose one, though.
I did choose one. Who did I choose? D-Luke?
No.
I don't know.
Farina.
Farina! Oh, it was a Farina time. See, I did.
Yeah.
I wasn't just lying.
Farina, Kuki, Arlecchino, and Raiden.
Mm-hmm. For a long time, the 3 were always in there. I never moved them. And the fourth one I would change around depending on what I was doing if I needed like cryo.
So mine is embarrassing. So
No, it's not.
Oh, it will be. So when we first started, my team was Albedo, Chongyun, Tainari, and Child. I didn't even know that Tainari was around originally. So if you didn't think Raiden was around,
Yeah,
I
look at
didn't think
that.
Tainari was around. My second wave was Child, Kaya, Albedo, and Tainari. And that is still my team. I do have a secondary team that I've been using lately. I've been using an all Geo team on the side of Navia, Chiori, Albedo, and Ilua. But when I did my dailies today, it was Child, Kaya, Albedo, Tainari. Those are my babies. So I haven't done much of a
I
difference.
love it.
When I do dailies, I sometimes like to go random.
Hmm.
And I don't understand why there's not like a randomized selector.
Oh, yeah, that would be awesome.
Because what I do is like I'll close my eyes and jiggle the joystick around.
Oh my god.
I really do, and I'll do
A
it and like
chaos
see which
gremlin.
four I end up with, and then I'll just do
Yeah.
my dailies with them because it's like a fun way to like remix teams and just see
Yeah.
like how do these characters interact. That should be interesting.
When I do ley lines in co-op or like bosses and stuff, I'll do that. I'll just randomly choose my character.
And I will say I have all of my characters level 90 at least. My Nuvi I just got to 100.
Woo!
They all have a level
Amazing.
like a maxed weapon, and they all have maxed artifacts. So I'm just working on talents for all of my characters. So that's why I'm able to just pick any of them and do my dailies. I can't do other stuff with just anyone, but I can do my dailies with at least.
That's why it's good in co-op because if you pick a bad one, somebody's gonna step in for you.
Yeah. Brandon decided to do that after the Chongyun birthday event on my Twitch channel. No.
A
I
disastrous Chongyun
It was
birthday.
so bad.
I will say all my characters are 90, and most of them have at least like a level 80 weapon. I've been really focusing on triple crowning characters lately, which is like the worst thing you could ever do to yourself because you get like
Yes.
one crown every 6 months.
I'm only doing level up to level 9 plus. Like level 9 or 12 if they have the constellations that give them the +3 talents. But I'm saving, like, I only triple crown if it's a character that I really, really love, like Nouvellette or someone.
I have 23 characters triple crowned.
Wow, that is a lot.
Yeah, that's impressive.
I don't know if it was 23 or 22. I might have counted wrong, but it's Albedo, Diluc, Tainari, Animo Traveler, Xiangyun, Sino, Alhaitham Child, Hu Tao Kaya, Xingqiu Navia, Lisa Gaming, Kave, Kale, Klee, Mona, Shenhe, Kanich, Yoimiya, and Venti. And the characters that I'm currently waiting on just getting crowns that they're like their talents are just waiting on crowns is Fremine, Sethos, Mika, Hazo, Chiori, Yahoda, Durin, Flins, and Elua.
Mhm.
I write this all down in a notebook, if you couldn't
That's
tell.
so cute.
I also have 23 characters at level 10 friendship. They basically fall in the same categories except for Amber's on that list. Yeah, I have like a little thing. Like I have a notebook I keep and Tiff knows about this notebook because we were doing boss nights with friends and I have written down like what our friends all needed at the time. So it's like Mike's needs, Tiff's needs, Vanessa's needs.
It's your field guide.
Yes, it's in a little Emerta notebook too. So it's perfect.
And every time we do boss night, I go, who were we supposed to play with this one?
And then I pull out my cloud retainer glasses and I'm like, hold on one second. It looks like, let's see, the last time we did boss night, which has been a while, Tiff needed books for Auroran, the Spirit Seeker for Mizuki, the Volcano Boss for Escoffier, and the Lava Dragon for Aoife and Varessa. But anyway, thank you, Scarinara, for the message.
Thank you, Scarinara, and thank you for naming yourself Scarinara.
Yes, thank you for having like
Yes.
the best name ever. That being said, that is all the time we have for today. Thank you, travelers, for, going with us back to Liyue and dealing with one of my OG characters, as you saw from the Scarinara question. If you liked this episode, or you didn't, or you want to send us anthrax, you can email Albedo at talesoftevatpod@gmail.com to let him know what you thought of this week's episode and what topics you'd like to see in the future. Travelers can also feel free to follow us on Instagram, Tales of Teyvat Pod, or on Twitter, Tales of Teyvat. We are also on Blue Sky, Threads, and YouTube under the same names. Travelers can feel free to check us out on Ko-fi, where you can buy us a cup of coffee, or check out our merch store, where all proceeds go to making sure that this podcast is able to run as smoothly and as efficiently as Fontaine's justice system, depending on the day of the week. And travelers can also feel free to rate us wherever you listen to podcasts to let other travelers know that there's a feel-good time here. We might take them on a cruise. We might teach them about Kevin Bacon. Like,
You might see the David Borealis.
The David Borealis. Oh my God, can someone please Photoshop him in the Borealis, like in the Northern Lights? Like, does he know that's how we think of him? If anyone can contact David directly, ask him if they're doing a Bones reboot while you're at it. Next week, we are going to be returning to Inazuma with a special guest that we'll keep under wraps for now, in order to discuss an event we actually talked a little bit today about, the Iridori Festival. So be prepared to see more Xingqiu, Kazuha, Venti, Sara, Toma, Ito. What else is going on? There's a lot going on. So definitely come back next week for that, and with our special guest who will be remained nameless. Until then, safe journeys, travelers. We will see you next time.
Bye, 7-winged, 5-legged chicken beast nerds.
Oh. What was it? Mike the Five? Five the Mike?
Master 5.
Master 5.